and welcome. I'm just doing my 222 portal thing real quick. Okay, done with that. So I'm gonna jump right into this, guys. First and foremost, a portal 222. I'm sure everybody's been hearing today about 222 and how it's the 222 portal. Today is February 22nd, 2022. So we have 6 2s accompanied by 1 0. So that's funny because somebody said 2 zeros. It doesn't matter. Anyways, the point is that very strong 2 energy, and in regard to numerology, the number 2 represents the divine feminine. It represents conjunction. It represents togetherness. It represents the high priestess, which is all about magic, and it's all about manifesting energy, hidden secrets, that type of energy. So with that being said, the 222 portal is a very divine time to use divine energy to manifest the things your innermost desires. I guess that's the easiest way for me to put it. Overall, a portal is just a door or a window between the earth realm and the higher realms, the angelic realm. So what we do on a portal day is we're channeling energy from the divine realms, right? We're able to channel energy from the angelic realms on these days. If you're somebody who's super in tune with master numbers or these types of portals, you can actually use these portals daily. Every single day we have 222, 111, 1111 as far as our time construction that was created by the colonizer. So you have the ability to use this energy on more than just a day. However, the days are super powerful because, as we know, they're rare, right? This is a rare thing that 222 2022 is going to be on the calendar, the Gregorian calendar. So with that being said, I just want to point out that a lot of the things you may see in regard to portals, 222 energy, you're going to see a lot of things that are telling you what to do and when to do it and how to do it. Unfortunately, the thing is that you should listen to your own body and your own advice the most on a day like this. Divine energy does not necessarily always mean that you have to manifest something, right? You don't always have to create something on this day. Today is not a general day for every single person to sit down and start creating stuff. That's just not how it works. For some people, rest, relaxation, rejuvenation are going to be top priority. So my best advice for every sign before we jump into it is going to be, do not listen to the generalized posts about 222. It is best to listen to your own body and listen to your own intuition. Another thing I want to say is I'm sorry to anybody who was watching my last live and received comments from like people saying if you need a personal reading, please reach out and all that other BS. I blocked everybody who did that, and I did a good job, I think, of going through my friends list and making sure that I don't have any of those weirdos in my friends list. But I do want to say sorry about that. Everybody knows me, knows that I am a one-man show. If you want a reading from me, the best way to do that is to either message me directly or to head to my website. So with that being said, please ignore anybody in the comments who are offering readings or suggesting you reach out to them for readings, or anybody who reaches out to you personally after you watched one of my readings. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing all 12 signs. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull a singles, a couples, and a money card for each sign. I'm going to do my best to do the timestamps as I go. It gets a little complicated because it's just annoying to have to do those. But yeah, I'm going to do them as I go this time just to make life a little easier. And I'm actually sorry, I'm going to take it back just 1 second. I'm going to do singles, couples, money, and then we're going to do general advice. And I'm actually going to be pulling possibly some tarot for clarifiers and some numerology cards to get some relevant numbers that could be helpful for you guys during this time. So we're going to go in order. Actually, you know what? I feel like I'm going to go backwards, guys. Yeah, I'm going to go backwards. I'm kind of sick of starting with Aries. And some people get mad at me when I like go random and jump in, because sometimes I do like to do that. Like I'll do like the earth signs, fire signs, water signs, and whatever. Oh, you're a Gemini. All right, I'll start. Actually, I guess I'll start with you then. Let's see. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to do singles, couples, and money. I guess that's a nice place to start. I usually have issues with Gemini energy. Gemini energy and me don't really get along well. We're on the opposite sides of the spectrum, so we're on the opposite sides of the zodiac wheel. Can everybody hear me well? Okay, guys, I guess we'll do this a little, we'll do it a little different then. We'll do Gemini, then Capricorn. See, this is what I'm talking about. Gemini energy never gets into place for me. You guys are very stubborn creatures. All right, right there on the bottom. All right, so singles, couples, and money. And then as we do that, I'm going to start pulling for the general advice. So Gemini energy for the singles right now is the return, the start of a new cycle. Right timing, regeneration, inevitability, steady improvements. So it's funny because that's what I didn't mention, is that the song I was listening to, I always listen to music to channel energy, and I was going to say this for the channel, for the general energy for everybody. But the song coming through was Truth Is by Fantasia. You know, truth is, I never got over you. Truth is, I wish I was standing in her shoes. I'm getting chills right now thinking about it. But the single energy for Gemini is coming through at like, this is a start of a new cycle. Either one of your past lovers has just started a new relationship, or you're in a new relationship and you're thinking about one of your past lovers, or you guys are both single and you guys both are just like thinking of each other or thinking about starting anew again. It talks about steady improvements, inevitability. What I'm hearing is that this is a soulmate connection, especially with this snake here. This is a connection that's going to be very like up and down roller coasters. I'm hearing that there's a lot of health issues in regard to this relationship, as like, maybe this is somebody who had to hold your hand while you went through a major health situation, or a sibling or a person went through a major health situation or something that could have jeopardized their health. And this was somebody who was very close to you. So you're feeling very nostalgic, or they're feeling very nostalgic. With the start of the new cycle, what this is saying is that this is a cyclical relationship. So it's kind of like overall, like this situation isn't necessarily going to reap too many fruits from it, especially with this snake energy here. As we know, the snake represents in the Bible temptation, sin, lust. So it could be that this is an emotional connection that needs cutting. I don't know if you've read my recent thing on cord cutting, single Geminis, but it seems like this is a situation that needs some cord cutting from, only because realistically speaking, with the inevitability, it's kind of like when we have a cyclical relationship like this, I'm sorry, when we have a cyclical relationship like this, it's very common that obviously the same way they start hot and heavy is the way they end super intense. So if you want to avoid the intense ending, I would say don't jump into the hot and heavy new beginning. Love bombing is coming through very strong here. Be very cautious of any love bombing that could be occurring in your life. Like, don't let people come in and just say whatever they want, however they want. Like, don't let them hype you up. I'm hearing like Baby Boy. You know how when she says, or no, it's not Baby Boy. It's that silly movie where they rap, where Terrence Howard raps. And it's after he gets the microphone and she says to him, she says, you know, sometimes I let you talk me up and I like it, but today I can't do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, tonight I can't let you do that. Like, let me just feel. I think that's what you need to kind of do in this situation. Like, don't let this person hype you up. Don't let them talk you into getting comfortable with them again. Keep your guard up a little bit. Okay, and then it's funny too, because for the couples, the energy's kind of coming through similar in the sense of like it's uncertainty, loss of faith. The Geminis, play them games with your mama. Exactly. Like, you're not here to raise nobody. You're not here to raise nobody's son. I'm hearing K Michelle, like, isn't that the song? Like, yeah, whatever. You don't need to raise a man. Yeah, and take what resonates and leave what doesn't, because I know that that's a feminine energy, but it's the same with a woman, because especially for the couples energy, for some reason I'm sensing more of a masculine energy, and it's like, you don't need to raise an adult, male or female. I really don't care. You do not need to raise an adult. Like, that's just not what we're here for. We're here to be interdependent with each other, especially because this is the year of twin flame energy. We're here to help infuse each other's soul path. So if somebody's not there to uplift you or help you get on your soul path, and like, I hate to say it so bluntly, but like, they have to go. And I've been there, so I definitely understand. It's very hard because it's almost like addicting, but it is what it is. Addiction isn't good for you, no matter how you spin it. Sex, drugs, alcohol, unhealthy love, it doesn't matter. They all have the possibility of hurting you in the long run. For the couples, what I'm sensing is that there's an overall loss of faith. There's something your partner does or something that they're into that just turns you off. Like, I don't know if it's their friend group. I don't know if it's like their lack of ambition. I'm hearing that's mostly what it is. This person is lazy, and maybe not lazy. They probably go to work, but it's like they're lazy in life. They don't desire more from life. I'm sensing that this person is more concerned with image and more concerned with the way their home looks or the way that they look rather than the way that like they feel. And how they feel is a reflection of how they look and vice versa. So this is somebody who takes their looks super serious. And for Gemini, that's not really cool, because Gemini energy is very surrounded around intelligence, excellence in the mind. So for a Gemini, it's like, this is a turnoff. Like, yes, you guys like attractive people, because attractive people, who doesn't like an attractive person? But for the scenario of trying to be in a relationship and better yourselves, or etc., it's a turnoff, because it's like, it makes you a fly bum. That's a good way of putting it. A fly bum. That's exactly the energy I'm getting. Is that this person looks extremely put together. They have all their, like, they have the nicest clothes. They have these nice things. But it's like, deep down in their soul, they just have like a lazy energy. That's this unambitious energy that doesn't really want to go anywhere in life. And for you Gemini couples, it's like you're losing faith in the situation. You feel like you're walking on eggshells around this person, because anytime you try to encourage them to do more, it's like they come at you and say like, you don't love them for them, or you don't you don't appreciate who they are. You don't appreciate the things that they do. But it's like, it's not about appreciating the things that you do. It's more about like, that they do, I mean. It's more like you guys just simply have different values. And yes, with the handout, that is the type of energy I'm getting. Is it's somebody who's very entitled, somebody who's very kind of arrogant, because it's like, whenever they want something, they find a way to get it, even if they don't have to work hard for it. So they're looking at you like, why would I work harder? Why would I do more? Why would I go harder when everything I want, I get, right? But it's like, for you, Gemini, it's not about your wants. It's about your needs, right? You're like, okay, you get everything you want, but are you getting everything you need in life? No, didn't think so. Like, I'm hearing like, Anubis, when we pass on to the other side, and how he weighs our hearts with the feather. It's kind of like, this person's heart is like gonna go plop. It's going to be way heavier than the feather, because it's like, they're not living their life in a virtuous way. They're not living their life according to, like, in terms of the biblical form, as much as there's 7 deadly sins, there's 7 virtues. And one of those virtues is righteousness, patience, compassion. They don't live out those values. They live in a live fast, die hard kind of energy, right? So for Gemini money, we have devoted, patient, supportive, obedient, responsive, intuitive, mother, earthy. I don't know if you're going to be getting money from an earth sign or getting money from your mother, but it is narcissistic vibes. Definitely borderline narcissistic vibes. But yeah, Gemini's money. You guys are definitely going to be getting, or maybe you are a mother and you're getting money, extra money because of tax season, but there's something around this earthly energy, this motherly energy. I'm hearing like taxes, lump sum, loan settlements, things of this nature, like a mother getting a loan settlement and giving you a breaking you off like a good amount of money with that. Well, overall, what I'm hearing is that two things for Gemini couples, I mean for Geminis in general with the money, is that you lack a support system, like a true support system for building money, for building financial security. There might be one or two people in your corner, but overall it's like you're lacking the, like a group, like you don't have a strong group of friends and family who you guys are like talking about investing, talking about different financial opportunities, loans, starting businesses. That's what I'm hearing the most, is you need a good group of people where you can really discuss like starting businesses, turning your hobby into a business. Like these are things that are running through your mind, Gemini, but like you don't have a group of people who are serious about it. Even if you're talking about it, you don't have people who are making real moves towards it. On the flip side, what I'm hearing is that some of the stronger Geminis, people with stronger Gemini placements, if that's you, I would stay tuned for your sun, your moon, your rising, because there's probably going to be more in that if you don't have a support system. But for some people with very strong Gemini placements, like I'm hearing like Gemini moon, or Gemini midheaven, you guys are people who have actually the opposite. You guys are surrounded by only people who see green. So if you are Gemini and you're one of the people who doesn't have a good support system right now, I would very highly encourage you to listen to your your moon and your rising, only because there may be some information in there to help you get a better support system, to help you see green the way that these other people are seeing green, the way that these other Geminis are seeing green. So the general advice for the 222 portal is, this is so funny. It says, looks are only skin deep. True beauty shines from within, and it's time for you to shine. This is a time for self-acceptance and for revealing your true beauty. What did I say? Whoever this other person is, the other partner, the past lover, whoever it is, there's somebody who's like, they only think of skin deep. And when they're complimenting you from that level, from that shallowness. They're pretty much like, you're so beautiful and your body and these things, but it's kind of like you don't even care about those things. Like you want to be recognized for your mind, for your ambition, for your dreams, and you need somebody to support your dreams, somebody who's going to uplift you into getting in those dreams, to get fulfilling those dreams, fulfilling your achieving your goals, right? Because it's not just about fulfilling dreams, but you might have specific goals that you're trying to get to, and this person is just like, all they see is your face and your hair and your nice teeth. I don't know why I'm hearing that so strongly. Like I'm hearing somebody literally be like, you have such nice teeth. Like, okay, sir, like, ma'am, like, it's not important. But so right now, Gemini, the biggest thing for you is to go ahead and dig deep into your goals, your achievement, your dreams. I'm going to say, because this is the 222 portal advice for you, Gemini, if you're feeling up to it, because like I said in the beginning, we need to listen to our bodies. If we need time to rest, then rest on these messages. But if you want to act on these messages today, the best thing for you to do is grab out your journal and start jotting down your true goals. Like I have a 5, 10, 20, and 30-year plan. Now, most people are scared to do things like that because they don't exactly believe that they may be here that long. Whatever. If they're like I said, live fast, die hard kind of people. But it's like Gemini energy is all about intelligence, planning, learning, being a student, being a teacher, etc., etc. So what I'm hearing is that if you want to learn more, do more, if you want to end up having a career or be an entrepreneur in a certain field, now is the time to sit down, no matter how old you are. It does not matter. The 222 portal and these planetary alignments right now are a positive time for you to go ahead and start digging deep into what you truly want out of this life. And so I think that this would be, I think I'm going to go ahead and read it from the book. And then we're going to go ahead and go to Capricorn. See, I already missed the timestamp, so I always miss the timestamps. Okay, so it says, fairy glamour is a form of magic to make something appear different from what it really is. It is seen in many fairy tales such as Cinderella and Snow White, where fairy glamour is used by the evil queen to disguise herself as an old crone. Or in Cinderella, the fairy godmother comes and turns Cinderella into this, she has the beautiful dress and the carriage and all these things because she's a fairy. In its simplest form, fairy glamour often involves using cosmetics to give the appearance of being more youthful. In spiritual terms, it can mean you're showing one face to the world while keeping your true face or feelings hidden. Sometimes it's important to do this, especially if you feel threatened, but usually it's because you fear being seen for who you truly are. This comes down to learning to love yourself, not in a selfish way, but in a self-accepting way. Once you are able to accept yourself, others will accept you too, as they are merely a reflection of what we think and feel about ourselves. This card may also be asking you to reflect on when you last wore a glamorous outfit or went to the hair salon. If you're neglecting yourself due to a busy job or home life, remember that making time for you is essential. Even just escaping for a half an hour and taking a luxurious bath can help you feel uplifted and energized. Feeling good about yourself, no matter what your age, is beneficial not just for you, but for those around you, especially younger people who are strongly influenced by the behavior of adults around them. This card may also be asking if someone is trying to pull the wool over your eyes and appearing as someone other than themselves. Okay, yeah, so that's definitely hitting hard. Definitely hitting hard, Gemini. Let me see. So how do I know what number I'm at? Guys, I guess we're not getting timestamps. I'm going to have to come back and do the timestamps. Yeah, because this isn't... oh, yeah, it's right there. I see it. All right, we're going to move into Capricorn. 2202 when I said that. Oh, that's yours, Capricorn. We're going to read these two for you. All right. Oh, no, that's still theirs. All right, Capricorn. Now, Capricorn is actually my most viewed sign. Literally my most viewed sign. I say this all the time. I don't know why. Because I know I have a few Capricorn followers, but to be honest, like, my ratio of Capricorn followers is, it's not that different from, like, my other signs. So I never understand it, to be honest. All right, so singles, couples, and money. All right, so Capricorn, for the singles, what we have is... we have a strong masculine energy here. So for female Capricorns, what that means is that you're overexerting a lot of your masculine energy. You're being very masculine in this world right now. For literally the divine masculine energy, the males, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I try to be gender appropriate, or try to be politically correct here, but it is what it is. It's talking about strength and authority here. So what I'm hearing is that the singles are, the best way for me to say this is, you guys are being too demanding in your relationships. You guys are, regardless of who you are, male or female, it doesn't matter. The energy coming through is very strong of basically like, this is what I want, this is what I deserve, and I'm not going to take anything less. I'm going to pull a clarifier on that, because I really want to check into, yeah, 5 of Wands. You're getting a lot of conflict in your life, Capricorn, because basically, like, it's not just arguments with you and with other people, but arguments around you and surrounding the things that you want, right? So, like, I'm hearing, baby mom's not getting along with, damn, King of Swords came through. Cold, abrasive, demands respect. You're in a very demanding place in your life, and because of it, it's like, I'm just going to give this scenario. This may resonate, this may not resonate, but it is what it is. I'm hearing, for example, a male who has the mother of his child, but also has a girlfriend, And he's telling the mother's child, you have to respect my girlfriend, you have to respect what's going on. But then he's also telling the girlfriend, you have to respect the mother of my child, you have to respect what's going on. But it's like both of them are very suspicious. Both of them have like their own suspicions, their own paranoia, their own inner feelings that are like causing distress. So like what's happening is they're pretty much like, they're arguing with each other, they're arguing with you. It's just like, it's not a good look. Now that's just an example for me to think of, but overall what I'm sensing is that in general, Capricorns, you guys are exerting too much of like, you're telling the other, okay, I got the best way to say this. My best example that I tell people when I'm doing readings is, you are the main character in your life and everybody else is a co-star or an extra, right? So it's like Capricorn right now, it's like you're taking that philosophy to a whole new level by telling people constantly and all the time, you're the co-star in my life, I'm the main character, you have to act this way or treat me this way if you want to stay in my movie. And I have no problem with people acting like the main character in their life, because at the end of the day, you are the main character in your life. We're born alone and we are going to die alone. You know what I mean? So it's like the only person you have at the end of the day is you. But there's a difference between putting out boundaries and like overexerting energy, like overexerting your power. So what I'm sensing is that, yeah, this is like a power game, a power struggle for singles. Like, it's like, yeah, guys, this is like the energy that is coming through for me. The frame says, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you guys can see me, but it's telling me you guys may not be able to see me, but I see me just fine. So it is what it is. Yeah, so the energy coming through right now is just like exerting a lot of a lot of power. Like, I'm the one with the power. For the women, I'm hearing like pussy is power. So I'm hearing that it's kind of like literally like, I'm hearing that it's literally like, sorry, there were some people in my living room. I'm hearing pussy is power. So what I'm hearing is like, you're kind of like putting up all these demands. You may be playing the field, single Capricorns, of pretty much like, I'm the one with the asset. I'm the one with all the power here, and you guys are gonna bend and abide to my rules. But what I'm hearing for all Capricorns in general is like to humble yourself. Like, you really have to humble yourself right now, because really, you may be the main character, but at the end of the day, like, one of my favorite things to tell people is like, we're all special, but you're not unique. Like, you're not unique. Like, there's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing that you like or that you do that has never been done before. There's always precedence for what you're doing, right? So what I'm hearing is that it's basically like, you need to focus on the fact that you're special, but everybody in your life is temporary. Everybody comes and goes like seasons, and these people could possibly walk away if you don't act right towards them. So especially for the single males, because I used the whole girlfriend, baby mom kind of like scenario, but this was more for singles. So for males, if you're kind of like in that energy too, where it's like you're a single male with no kids, a nice little job, like this kind of energy, and you're kind of like, well, I deserve a woman who brings something to the table, and you're just kind of like clocking through Tinder, clocking through your messenger, talking to all these women as if you have something to offer. You just have to humble yourself and remember that people have the choice to come and go as they please, and people will sense an arrogance in you. People don't have to take what you're dishing. You know what I mean? The same way you feel like you have this power to come into somebody's life and make it better is the same way some people feel like they have the power to walk away. So with the couples coming through, it is coming through as self-restraint, self-sufficiency, careful preparations, resourcefulness, minor impediments, and adaptability. For the Capricorn couples, what I'm hearing 100,000,000%, this 9 card is similar to High Priestess energy. It has a spider on it. So it's all about hidden secrets, deep secrets. Basically, it's asking that you restrain yourself from pointing out any issues in your relationship. It's telling you that during this 222 portal, it is best to sit and observe rather than try to act. Like I said in the beginning, during a 222 portal, during any type of high energy day or high frequency day or powerful divine day, it's best to listen to your intuition. So, but and your intuition could be telling you to say something, but remember, timing is key, right? So with this minor impediment and adaptability, what I'm hearing is that you want to say something, but that would very much change the course of the day, the course of the month, the course of the year by saying something right this second. It's best to become adaptable and to roll with the punches. Now, this does not I do not mean that for anybody in an abusive relationship. I literally don't mean roll with the punches. If you're in an abusive relationship, stand up for yourself and fucking leave. But what I'm saying is that if this is an emotional issue, a mental issue, I'm hearing like a drug issue or even like a sex issue, these things, it's a self-restraint. Say no in the moment, but don't bring up the bigger issue. Don't try to dig deep into a bigger conversation because there are things that are unknown to you still, couple Capricorns. You think that you have all the answers right now, but you don't. And not only do you not have all the answers, this is careful preparation. So not only do you not have all the right answers, but you're actually not ready to go. One of the biggest things that I hear or have heard, I think the Braxtons always say this, and I'm not saying this because I wholeheartedly agree with the advice, but what I'm saying is very relevant to this energy. The Braxtons' mom used to always tell the Braxtons, like, let a man cheat in peace unless you're gonna leave. Unless you're ready to do something about the problem yourself, there's no point of bringing up a problem, because at the end of the day, when you bring up an issue and you want like this endless apology, this closure, you want them to change, you want things to change, it's almost like opening the door to Pandora's box. Because realistically, if there is somebody who has issues that you think need a direct change, it's not unsafe, but it's never smart to bring up these issues unless you yourself are going to put in some work to change. Say, for example, there's an addiction happening in a relationship. You may want to speak to this person about an addiction, but at the end of the day, you have to take responsibility for your role as an enabler, right? Because a lot of the times in relationships, especially with addictive relationships, there is the addicted person, but there's also an enabler. So it's like, unless you're ready to take responsibility for being an enabler or take accountability for the things you're bringing to the table, then it's like, it's counterproductive, because really what's just going to happen is the person will completely flip the issue on you. And that's what I'm hearing, couples Capricorn, is that like, whatever issue it is that you think that you have, if you bring this up too soon, the whole issue will get flipped onto you and onto like, you're the one with the issue, you're the one with the problem, how dare you bring this up now? Like, so this is all about careful preparations. Documentation is the best thing, writing down what's happening and when it's happening. It doesn't matter what kind of issue this is. Even if you feel like you're being disrespected emotionally or disrespected mentally, you literally need to say like, okay, at 2:55 p.m., that's funny because it's power numbers right there, master numbers right there. 2:55 p.m. on Tuesday, February 22nd, 2002, he called me dumb, or something like that. Or he said I was being dumb, or he said I was, whatever. Or she said I was being an asshole or something like that. You need to document these things so that you have a nice, like we know with any detective or a doctor, they document so that then they can go into the underlying disease, or so that then the detective can go ahead and make an arrest with confidence, right? So whether we're using the detective analogy and it's like you're trying to rack up your evidence so that you can make an arrest with confidence, or you're a doctor and you're documenting all of these symptoms so that you can go ahead and diagnose the disease with confidence, either way, documentation is the key, Capricorn. So for your advice for the 2-2 portal, it's open your eyes and see the magic that's all around you in nature. The fairy of the northern lights says you are a part of nature, so you are magical too. So yeah, this is crazy because it's saying that, and exactly what I just said to you guys about being special but not being unique, right? You are special and beautiful. You are made up of nature. You are gorgeous. You are a magical being. But nature is here too. Nature was here first. Nature is powerful too. You are made in God's image. So as much as you want to believe you are a God, especially with Capricorn energy, Capricorn is represented by the devil in tarot. As we know with the story of the devil, Lucifer dropped down to earth because he refused to bend the knee to humans. And because of that, he fell down to hell. He tried to come here to earth, and God and Michael said, "Oh no, you got to go down. You got to go further than that." That's what I'm hearing. It's like this Luciferian energy of basically like, I'm better than most, or I'm the best thing that's ever happened to you. For the couples, I'm hearing that that's what you want to address your partner with. Like, I'm the best thing that's ever happened to you, and look how you treat me. And it's like, for the singles, it's kind of same energy. Like, I'm the best thing that could happen to you, so you better respect me. And it's like, you need to get out of this Luciferian energy, because as much as Capricorn is all about the devil energy in tarot also represents breaking the chains, right? Even though you're bound by these chains of sin, Capricorn, you can break these chains. So but that being said, is you have to believe in divine magic. You have to believe in divine energy. You have to believe in the up above. You have to be God-fearing. I'm going to go ahead and read this from the book for your general energy for today. What I'm going to say for you, Capricorn, before I jump into like what the book says, is that the list you should be making, or what you should be writing down today, should be surrounded around things that make you humble. And things that make us humble are things we're grateful for. What are the things in your life that you didn't work for? You know what I mean? And this isn't because I'm saying you're not a hard worker, but I'm saying, like, what are the things that divinely come to you? Your relationships, being grateful for being alive as long as you are. You know, when's the last time you just literally said thank you to God, or thank you to whoever it is that you pray to, for keeping you alive this long? You know, being grateful for opening our eyes in the morning. Being grateful. It's about to rain right now in Connecticut, at least in most places in Connecticut. So it's kind of like, or you go outside and let the rain hit your face for once. Like, don't sit inside and brood or get into a rut or anything like that. Like, literally go outside and see the beauty in nature, the beauty in like the natural magic that happens in this world. And I always tell people that when you're feeling too big, when your ego is feeling too big, the best place to go is to the ocean. If you feel too big, go stand by an ocean, because an ocean will remind you real quick how small you are to this world. You know what I mean? And sometimes we have to be small. Sometimes we have to bring ourselves down to earth, down to a different, just down, so that we can build up in a more virtuous way. Right now, you're built up, or you're sitting on a landfill of pride. And it's like, you don't want to do that. You want to stand on righteousness. You want to stand on virtue. You want to stand on compassion. So, yeah. So believe in magic. When the fairy of the northern lights appears, she comes to tell you to open your eyes and see the magic that's all around you. The aurora borealis is pure magic, and seeing the colorful ribbons of light dancing in the sky is on many a wish list. Perhaps you too have felt drawn to see this phenomenon. That is when, I don't know if you guys know, but it's the green lights in the sky. I don't know if you can kind of see it here in this picture. But it's like, I know you guys have seen it, like, especially on Facebook, they post it all the time. But yeah, it's in certain places of the world, you can see the aurora borealis, and it's literally just like these beautiful green lights dancing in the sky. So perhaps you have too felt drawn to see this phenomenon in real life. If so, this card is confirmation that it's time to start making those plans. Or maybe another faraway location is calling to you. When nature beckons you, your spirit knows the way to go. So maybe that's why I'm suggesting going by the ocean, going to like these certain places. Capricorn, it seems like you need a trip in nature. If you guys follow me and you guys like know my whole thing, I'm all about camping and whatnot. So I would check out my TikTok at Forever Untouchable if you live in Connecticut, because I talk about some great camping spots out here, some great hiking spots. But yeah. The message may not be so literal, however. Instead, this magical fairy could be flying in to remind you to open your eyes and heart to the magic and wonder of the natural world, so much of which we take for granted. What did I say? You need to be all about gratitude right now. The theory of the Northern Lights says when you're taking a walk, stop, look up, look down, and see the magic that's all around. Because sometimes we need a gentle reminder to stop and smell the roses and revel in the magic of nature. Perhaps you're being called to inspire someone else to see the world through new eyes of wonderment. Children see magic all around them. It's natural to them. If you feel stuck in a rut, what did I say? I literally said the word rut. Tune into your inner child and learn to see the world through the eyes of a youngster once again. It's funny because I kept mentioning kids. So I don't know who has kids, who doesn't, but that's very significant. It's funny. I actually didn't get into your guys' money. So Capricorn money, unexpected obstructions, frustration, difficulties, feelings of hopelessness, struggle, and discouragement. So I'm actually glad I did that last after everything else, because it seems like for you guys, your money is quite attached to your emotions. Your money, I'm hearing like Charmed. You know how in Charmed when they say, your powers are tied to your emotions. So when Prue, Piper, Phoebe, or Paige are emotionally unstable, their powers become unstable. So that's what I'm hearing for you guys as well. Is it's hard for you guys to channel into creativity, especially with this masculine one creative energy coming through. It's hard for you guys to channel into your creativity right now, because right now you're feeling either, it doesn't matter. We just talked about how you're feeling. But the point is you're having a lot of trouble, Capricorn, moving into this energy where you can manifest. And today you're feeling a lot of pressure because every type of content, all the content out here right now is saying, oh, it's a perfect time to manifest. It's a perfect time to do all these things, etc., etc. But it's kind of like, you may not feel that way. So I'm going to heed back to my original message and say that if you feel like you need rest, please rest. Especially with all that nature energy coming through. On that card it was on an ocean. It was obstacles and it's on an ocean. So it's literally like it's on a roaring ocean. And that's where you are right now, Capricorn. You need to like kind of get into nature and kind of reset your biological clock. And with that, will start to come some new fresh ideas. It's like you're lacking the ideas and you're lacking the energy in order to complete a project. So with that being said, Capricorn, I think it's definitely time for you to go ahead, and my ears are ringing crazy right now. It's definitely time for you to take out a second, get into nature. Like we said, look up, down, all around. Bring your journal and just let the energy flow to you. Let these ideas flow to you. Stop trying to create them from like, I'm hearing you're trying to create them from like your root chakra. There could be like a root chakra blockage. You need to let your sacral chakra, your navel chakra do that for you, because our gut is where intuition, inspiration, motivation, confidence, that's where that comes from, right? Root is our identity. So you're trying to pull from this energy of like, who am I and what do I want and these things, but it's kind of like it's not that serious. It's coming from a different place. And we can get into that more if you book a general reading to talk more about your chakra blockages or anything, but I'm going to go ahead and move on. Now I feel bad because I did Gemini and then Capricorn and now it's kind of like all over the place, but it's okay. Is anybody here who wants me to do their sign next? If not, I think I'm just going to go ahead and go from the top again. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and go. And that one was kind of long, so I'm going to go ahead and cut them just a little bit shorter. All right, so Aries, we're going to start right here. Oh, all right, I'm going to do Sag. It was funny. I had a feeling you were still here. Let me delete that. Sagittarius. All right, so Sagittarius. Did I spell that right? Doesn't matter if I didn't. All right, so let's see. We're going to do singles, couples, and money. Okay, well, those are your cards. Okay, so this is funny because so for the singles, I'm hearing the Tower energy. It's coming through as a shock, a crisis, dramatic power shifts, unpredictability, very fast ending or lightning fast pace, whether an ending or a beginning. Things are going at lightning speed. This is Shango energy. I always mention this. If you're into the Orishas, you should know Shango is in control of the lightning. Shango is somebody who had multiple wives. Wife number one was Yamiya. Yamiya was the motherly wife. She was washed his clothes and treated him like she's always like he's always like, she was like a motherly energy with him, which is funny because the mother card popped out. I put it back in because it wasn't one of your cards, but it's just funny. Then he had Oya. Oya was like his partner in crime. Basically, Oya was like, she would fuck shit up with Shango. Oya is actually known to have stolen some of Shango's powers. So as he controlled the lightning, she now controls the thunder, which is why they say, you know how they say scientifically when you hear lightning, thunder is only a couple, and however many seconds the thunder is, that's how many miles apart they are. Soon after lightning always comes thunder. Anytime you saw Shango, you're gonna see Oya shortly after. And then there was Mama Oshun, and Mama Oshun was herself, because Shango is somebody who was very attractive, very sexual. Mama Oshun was also very attractive, very sexual. Both of them had lots of lovers, but the issue is that Mama Oshun fell in love with Shango. So with that being said, Mama Oshun agreed to be the third wife, but in reality, she thought that when she became the third wife, that he would love her the most. But she found out very, very, very quickly that he would never, ever leave Yamaya and never, ever leave Oya. This greatly hurt Mama Oshun, because she realized that Shango was mostly interested in her for sex, because Shango and Mama Oshun had the best sex. So I say that to all to say that you could be dealing with a situation where, if you're a divine feminine energy, you're dealing, it really doesn't matter. In the Orisha, in the Santeria, in the Ifa, what we say is some people could be daughters of or sons of the Orisha. Like, for example, Beyonce considers herself to be a daughter of Mama Oshun. You could be a son or daughter of Shango. So what I'm hearing is it doesn't matter, male or feminine energy. You're dealing with somebody who's the son or daughter of Shango. So this person's energy is greatly like, they have lots of lovers, and they have a place for each of their lovers. They're very attracted to the color red. Their energy and their like their attitude is very Shango-like, in the sense that it's like lightning. It's like it could change very fast. It's like the weather in New England. It's like as fast as they can be happy and be loving and do all this great stuff, is like on the flip side is how they could be extremely like mean and arrogant and demanding. And it's like it's like being on a roller coaster ride. So what I'm sensing is with this Tower energy is that Sagittarius is either getting into a place where they're ready to let this go, or they're getting into a place, if this is a new lover, if this is somebody who's just recently come into your life, where you're starting to see the red flags with this red energy coming through. And then also the loss of faith card came through here. So yeah, I think that this is something like, you don't have much faith in your quarters right now. You don't have much faith in the people who are trying to come into your life. It's like this energy of just unsurety, two-faced, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde energy. It's like 1 second they're one person, the next second they're a completely different person, and it's very off-putting for you, because especially with Sagittarian energy, I'm a Sagittarius, so it's like we come to the table very optimistic and very like willing is the best way for me to put this. Like, we're very willing to basically like put it all on the table for somebody. Leo energy is kind of like, they wear their hearts on their sleeves and etc., etc. Like, I like to say Sagittarius doesn't wear their heart on their sleeve. They wear their heart through their mouth, in the sense of like, we're verbal creatures where we're going to tell you exactly like what we're feeling, what we expect, what our intentions are. We don't hide intentions and hide these things because we're overall optimistic people and we believe that everything happens for a reason. So we have no issue of putting our intentions out into the universe because whether or not our intentions are met, we know that whatever happens is for the greater good. It's for the best of us, right? This person you're working with doesn't feel that way. There's somebody who pretty much feels like the more intentions you put out there, the more you say, that it's kind of like jinxing. And also too, they feel like there's a lot of pressure being put on them, right? So it's like the more you express yourself to this person, the more that they're actually kind of like drawing away. The more that they're like pulling away because it's kind of like they don't have the optimism in the future the way that like we do. I'm sensing like a Virgo energy or like a Taurus energy. I'm sensing like an earth sign energy for this for some reason. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, but it could be any sign obviously. It's just that those three signs are very known to be pessimistic. To be honest, I'm gonna say that with like politeness. A lot of red energy coming through here. So overall, I have to say that singles, I feel like you are angry and your partner is angry because there's a big miscommunication happening. I'm gonna pull a clarifier. Yeah, this card came through, it was on the bottom, and I didn't mean to take it out, but I did keep it out. It's a professional, business, domineering. And it's funny that this is coming through with the Queen of Pentacles because Queen of Pentacles represents earth signs. So I'm sensing that this person, even if they themselves are not a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, they have strong Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus aspects. So their Venus could be in those signs, or one of their big three can be in those signs. The Ten of Swords, the death or ending of a situation or relationship. I'm also going to say Pisces and Leo. Because Pisces, Leo, and Scorpio are other pretty pessimistic signs when they want to be. Very domineering, pessimistic, delusional. That's the type of energy I'm getting. So any of the three earth signs and then those other signs I just mentioned are signs you could be dealing with, Sagittarius. So yeah, it's coming through as Ten of Swords. This person's blocking your money. They're blocking your ability for success. They're blocking your ability. Oh, good, I was right. Usually I hate naming signs because like somebody could be any sign. Like, you know what I mean? There's 12 signs. I could sit here and say they're any one of the 12 signs. And of course I'm going to be right. But there are certain characteristics about certain signs that come through very strongly in people. So yeah, I definitely think that the energy I'm tapping into right now with this other person, like I said, strong earth placements or Pisces, Leo, Scorpio placements. And yeah, this energy coming through is death of a situation or a relationship. If you continue to interact with this person, they're going to keep depleting your energy. You're an optimistic person, but it's almost as like if you stay with this person too long, your energy is going to become pessimistic. So I would encourage you to keep your eyes wide open. It's kind of like, you know, during sex, they say like, you know, you close your eyes and go to a different place. That's what this person is trying to do to you. Keep you blinded, keep your eyes closed, because they want you to be in the state of fantasy, the state of delusion that they're in. As long as you're in the same state of delusion that they're in, then you won't ask questions. But I want you to keep your philosopher's eyes open. Because we as Sagittarians, we're the philosopher, we're the teacher, the student, there's learning energy, like what I was saying about Gemini, because Gemini and Sagittarian energy are very similar, which is why Gemini and Sagittarius don't always get along. But the point is that stay asking questions, listen to your intuition. Yeah, 10 of Cups came through when I said that. Listening to your intuition, asking questions, and happiness and good things will come. There will be a celebration for you. There will be a level of joy, a level of basically like accomplishment. Well, I'm trying to think of a specific word. You're basically going to celebrate an ending. I hear, you know those people who have divorce parties? That's like what I'm hearing. Oh, High Priestess coming through. Secrets will be revealed. That's very interesting. Yeah. I'm hearing like keep asking questions, keep uncovering things. You will find the answers, especially with these keys here. Um, the High Priestess holds one key in front of her, one key behind her back. So what I'm hearing is that you could be having dreams. You could be literally seeing or feeling things intuitively that you know to be true. And you're soon going to find evidence in the real world to show you like, damn, that dream was on point, or like, damn, I knew I had this feeling they were with somebody else that night, or something like that. And then you're going to find out that it was true. Take that information and run with it, because at the end of the day, Eight of Wands coming through. This person definitely has Shango energy. They're definitely talking to multiple people. They have like a lot of suitors, a lot of people in their life. 100% Sagittarius. All right, let's go into the couples for the Sagittarius. Courtship, mutual attraction, genuine affection, natural magnetism, stimulation, and connecting. So it's 4 energy. What I'm sensing is that this is somebody who's a creative person, somebody who, like your partner or you could be very creative, building something, starting a new endeavor. But either way, what I'm hearing for the couples is that work is making you guys stronger. And the same way with the singles, how work is being debilitated by a relationship, for the people who are in relationships, I'm hearing that work is actually being helped by the relationship. So it's kind of like, and this could be somebody coming into your life. This could be for future couples. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't, because I am sensing that for some Sagittarians, this single energy, this energy of you dealing with these people who aren't really good for you is stopping you from getting this kind of energy. So if you're not in a relationship, be mindful that this could be somebody who you're blocking off because you're dealing with Shango energy, right? So with that being said, is that this is like twin flame energy. This year is all about the connection of the twin flames. So what I'm hearing is that basically like there's a natural an easygoing connection, something that you don't have to work as hard for, something that doesn't feel as stressful, something that feels natural and like, I'm sensing, yeah, because this says courtship on it. So what I'm sensing is that there's somebody here who's courting you in a friendly way. They're supporting you. They give you like, and even if it's something as simple as just liking your pictures or something, like this person has their eye on you and they've made it clear they have their eye on you. But if you are a couple, then it's kind of like more than an eye. It's like this person has made you a priority. But the person who has their eye on you, for the singles who this is a future lover for, this is pretty much like they have their eye on you. They've made it clear, and once they get the energy back from you, or once they have the green light, they're gonna go full force on the Ace of Wands energy, which is new beginnings, birth, creation. It's like this person wants to give you ideas. They want to help you with your career. Like they want to help you make things easier. If you're somebody who like doesn't have a car, this is somebody who's like seeing you not have a car, and like it's like in the back of their head, they're just waiting for the green light so that they can start telling you like, hey, like, how's your credit? And, you know, I saw this car over here at this place, and maybe this would be the type of car for you. Like that kind of energy. Like this is somebody who's like going to help. Like, yeah, right. This is somebody who's going to help. This isn't somebody who, wants to take anything from you. Like this is very masculine energy. I met someone who said this to me, and it just like blew my mind, because I just knew in that moment, like, wow, this is a real man. A real man doesn't expect things from a woman. They don't expect sex. They don't expect money. They don't even expect their time, because at the end of the day, they understand that for a woman, for a female, this to give time, money, sex, those are big commitments, right? So they felt like they had to earn those things, right, from a woman. So it's like they earn those things by showing their seriousness, by communicating, by being compassionate, and they're willing to sacrifice having those things in the meantime of building a real connection. So like that's the kind of energy I'm getting. Maybe this is a fellow Sagittarius, somebody who also has like a very optimistic view on life, or just in other terms of like, it could be like a Aries. It's funny too because I was gonna do Aries. It could be somebody who's like, I actually don't want to get too much into their signs. It doesn't matter. But what I'm going to say is when you meet this person, if you've not already met this person, or if you're in a couple, if you're in a relationship, the way to know that this is your person is because they have an absolute respect for you. Like, they would never disrespect you. That's just the best way for me to put it, is like, they would never talk out of turn about you. They would never talk out of turn to you. They would never call you out of your name. Like, you could be absolutely fuming angry or in the middle of like a passionate debate, and this person is absolutely not going to like, they're not going to waver. They're not going to let their emotions get the best of them. This is somebody who's extremely level-headed. That's why I said I'm not going to get into signs, because honestly, I don't think it has anything to do with astrological energy. This is just somebody who's extremely, extremely mature. They don't have time for games. They don't like to play games. And it's not because they never have, it's just they're not in that place in their life. So this is somebody who is older. They're not somebody like in their 20s, especially with how slow men mature. This is definitely not somebody in their 20s. Like, it can't be. And if it is, it's somebody who's in their 20s who's had a very, very, very traumatic life. They had a lot of things happen to them, and that's why they ended up the way that they are so early. Like, they've lost people. They have, like, they've lost people to death, to the streets. Just, they've lost people. So that's the only other thing I'm going to say is, if this person's young still, there's somebody who dealt with a lot of loss in their life, and as a result, that's why they act the way they act. So with the money coming through Sagittarius, it's advancement, gaining recognition, appreciation, achievements, acceleration, steady gains, and increased clarity. So what I'm hearing is that, kind of like with the Capricorn energy of how emotions are coming into play with your money, it's kind of the same here, Sagittarius. So basically what I'm hearing is that if your emotions aren't right, if your mental status is not right, your money is not right. What I'm hearing is that, like I said with this Shango energy from way in the beginning, is that, especially with this Ten of Swords coming through, is like, these are energies that are ending. Like, this is the end of this cyclical relationship. This is the end of this, like, yes, money, right? It's so slow, because that's like what I'm sensing is, it's like, it's taking time to like get this to this level, and it's because there's a lot of energy interfering with it. Once you clear this energy, things are very much gonna change. I'm gonna repost them, but I just did the money. This is crazy. New beginnings fell out. I did money horoscopes and love horoscopes. I posted the love horoscopes on this page because I feel like more people kind of want the love horoscopes over here, but I did post the money horoscopes on Stargazerville, and I will be sharing them to tell you exactly what you need to manifest abundance. But for Sagittarius, I do remember it was about clarity. It was about, which is funny because this is increased clarity. It was about changing your diet, getting on a sleep routine, a sleep schedule, like having a strict schedule of sleep, food, and these things, because you need to clear out your energy from any low frequency things, which are sex, drugs, processed foods, TV time. All of these things are screen time. I don't care if it's TV or your phone scrolling through. All of these things are stopping you from getting good ideas about how to make more money, good ideas about where to invest your money. Once you take these things out, once you have a clear mind, I always say once you have a sober mind and a detox body, you're able to receive more messages from the divine energy. So for you, the divine messages coming through are: the fairy godmother heralds the joyous news of a new baby or the birth of a cherished idea. Protect and nourish your ideas as you would a baby. I always say this, is that creative energy, so I'm going to say this: if you're having sex, casual sex, that's what's stopping you from manifesting. Because when we have sex, sex is to create something. So if you're having sex without the intentions to create a child, then basically you're wasting energy, right? You could take that same sexual energy and put it into your work, put it into your business, put it into something of that nature. Hi, I love you too. Glad to see you're out and free. So you want to create things that are going to bring you abundance, right? Instead of just creating fleeting situations. So if you're having sex, casual sex, or you're having sex in a relationship that feels unfulfilling, you don't feel satisfied, it's because there's something lingering deep inside you that you want to create more. You want to create you want to turn an idea into a business. You want to turn a hobby into a business. You want to turn a job into a career. These types of things. And in order to do that, you really have to take away anything that's overexerting your energy to create nothing. Like if you're having sex with no purpose of having a child, then it's kind of like, I hate to say it because I'm not gonna ever judge anybody. What you do is your business, but at the end of the day, like, it is technically a sin. So if you're doing things from a sinful level, gluttony, pride, lust, greed, if you envy, anger, like we said, there's a lot of anger coming through for Sagittarian energy right now. Okay, I definitely will. A lot of this anger is coming through, so it's kind of like you have to rid yourself of these toxic energies, rid yourself of these sinful energies, and only with that can you come to a place where it's like you're able to really birth something meaningful. You're able to do something meaningful. You're able to have fulfillment in your life. You're able to have satisfaction in your life. Even for those singles who I said, like, keep on this lookout for this new energy coming through, or this energy that could be courting you. The reason you're not seeing it or sensing it is because you're not creating anything. You're in a stagnant place in your life, right? Stagnant with your relationships, stagnant with your emotions. And with stagnancy comes, like you said, slow. Everything just feels slow motion. The year probably feels like it's starting off so slow. If you want to speed that up, if you want to accelerate that, then you have to kind of clear your mind, clear your body, and clear your soul of any blockages. By body, we mean having better diet, exercising. With our minds, we mean no drug usage, no screen time, no alcohol. And then with our souls, it's about really clearing off any attachments we have to people who are just no good for us. Like, you know what I mean? So for the new beginnings, it's coming through as this fairy godmother is overjoyed to bring news of birth. It's so funny because I'm telling you guys have a lover on the rise. You guys have like a lover and like a new house, a new car, just waiting for you someplace, and it's just like they want to gift you this, but it's just not, you're just not ready yet. Especially with this high priestess energy that came through. Like, yeah. So this could be a birth of a child or an idea. Either way, it's wonderful news, and there's an aura of happiness and celebration. What did I say? Celebration surrounding you right now or in the near future. Your precious dreams and wishes will soon attract a personal fairy godmother who will help them gestate under her protection. Help them grow under your protection. Under her protection before they're delivered into the world. If this message doesn't apply directly to you, then someone close to you may be about to reveal that a child will soon be born, or that an idea is soon to be released into the world. All births are cause for celebration, so it could be down to you to mark this momentous occasion and host a special party or gathering to honor the new arrival. The birth of a baby or an idea often comes with a feeling of pride and love, and it's totally fine to feel proud of your own or someone else's achievements. After all, it takes a lot of super hard work to get to this birthing stage. This type of pride is a healthy feeling. It's pride from the pure heart and not from the ego. This card, that's so funny because what am I saying? I've been talking all that about pride, the sins versus the virtues. This card also serves as a message that you can be your own fairy godmother. Imagine if you had the power to make your own dreams and wishes come true. Like Glinda, the good witch of the South, explains to Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, when she says, "You had the power all along, my dear." I love this. This is crazy because this is so many, this touched base on the High Priestess. This touched base on the Ten of Cups. This touched base on the Ace of Wands. So it touched base on the secrets to be revealed. It touched base on the celebration, and it touched base on the new idea. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that there, Sagittarius. I feel very strong about that message. Is there anybody else? I think I'm going to go in order now. We did them a little out of tune there. But Sagittarius, the energy, those were very strong messages for you guys. Definitely wishing you guys the best of luck with a lot of stuff there. I'm a Sagittarius. That's the only reason I'm giving myself a little bit of that too. Like wishing myself the best of luck. Okay, we're going to go from the top now. And I think I'm actually going to do them a little bit faster. All right, Aries, 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 Aries. Oh, that did not just happen. Okay, Aries, I'm going to tell you, you should probably listen to Sagittarius because the exact cards I just pulled for Sag just came through. So we're on Aries now. What we're doing is we're doing singles, couples, money, and a general advice message from the fairies. Sag, if you are still here, I'm going to say for you, the journaling, the 222 energy for you guys is definitely about making a list of dead emotions or dead habits. Getting a list of things that you don't want in your life. Like I was talking about all those things, but only you know the best of what doesn't belong in your life. So I would make a list of things that do not belong in your life. That's what I would spend this 222 portal doing. I'm actually probably going to take my own advice and do that. With that being said, you'll definitely find that once you make the list, you'll be able to look more deeply into manifesting, doing shadow work. Like you'll be able to do more. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close that though. Just wanted to say that. All right, Aries. So let's see. So the singles Aries, the energy coming through is overwhelmed, unpredictability, hazardous conditions, facing fears. Yeah, that's your guys' card right there. So with this card, it's coming through as waterfalls. So I'm hearing pretty much like waterfalls from TLC. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Listen to the whatever. It's pretty much what I'm hearing is that there's a situation in your life, a person in your life for the singles, where it's pretty much like this person, I feel as if you were very hurt by this person. This is somebody who's caused pain for you. So you see them as a hazardous condition. I'm sensing that there could be a co-parenting situation happening here, Aries. But overall, what I'm sensing is that for the singles, it's like with this hazardous condition and this facing fear, it's like you have to face the fear of being alone. Right now is like you want so badly to be with someone or to have like a situation where you're with someone. You want to feel the comfort of being next to another warm body. But it's just not really turning out that way for you. And yeah, undecided, need to take a step out of the situation and you will see things more clearly. You're being blinded by this idea of like a happy home, a happy relationship. Yeah, I said I'm going to keep these ones a little bit shorter, guys. I kind of already have been up here for an hour and 15 minutes. So we're going to try to do this a little bit faster here. But yeah, so that's what I'm sensing for the singles. I'm going to go ahead and say straight up, like, you have to kind of be single for a little while longer. There's a lot of dark emotions. Single Aries, there's some shadow work you guys are not doing. And you guys really have to look into that. For the couples, it's seeking truth, wisdom, insight, intuitive knowing, return to the source, and getting to the bottom of things. So I'm actually sensing the same thing for the couples. So Aries who are in a relationship, it's basically like you're in a place where it's like you have this intuitive feeling about something that's going on. You're seeking deeper truths about life, about relationships, about what it is you want out of a relationship, and you're just realizing for the first time that your partner may or may not be on the same page as you. With the return to the source and then this facing fear and courage for Aries single and couples, I'm hearing that overall you guys are in a place where it's like you have to face the fears of getting to know yourself. Single or couple, you guys are in a place where it's like getting to know yourself is the best solution right now. The lost and found came through, so it's like Aries who are singles or couples, it's as if you lost a part of yourself. And this could be something that you've never even had in this lifetime. That's why with this well, it's going to the bottom of things and she's going deep into the ocean. It's like this could be something you had in like a past life that you're now remembering in this life as being like, this is something I want more. What I'm hearing overall, Aries, is you want more, you want more, you want more. But the only answer for more is in self. I can't necessarily give you a answer. No reading in the world, no meme in the world. You're never going to read something or see something and it's just going to be like, that's it. That's my destiny. The only person who knows your destiny is you. So this is a time for you, Aries, of getting to know your destiny, getting familiar with your destiny, getting familiar with your life purpose. Aries energy is very childish. So a lot of Aries lives, they spend kind of like just going with the flow. With this energy, this is no longer, you see these are actually both water. There's no more going with the flow of your emotions. You want to now be in control of your emotions. You now want to be in control of your life. So with that being said, it's kind of like you have to go on a journey to find yourself. You have to go on a journey to find this. This is what we would call a spiritual journey, but you're pretty much on the brink of that right now. Aries is going on this spiritual journey to find yourself, to look deeper, all that good stuff. With the money, it's sharing, reaping rewards, overflow, expansion, flowering, encouragement, fertile ground, and abundance. I want to check to see if for you guys, if that's who I wrote this for before I go ahead and say it. I fucking knew it. In the Aries written one, guys, I'm going to share these on my page because I have the love horoscopes written, but I also have the money horoscopes written. The money horoscopes written for Aries, I literally said, you guys need to share, give away a free product, give away a free service if you're already somebody who has a business. If you're not, my next thing was to give to a charity, donate to a charity, volunteer your time for a charity. The reason you're not getting what you want out of life is because you're being too capitalistic. You need to come more into with this. There's 6 energy coming through here. 6 is all about temperance. 6 is all about the lovers, connection, interdependence. What you give is what you get. So it's kind of like if you're only asking for money and you're only asking for financial security, then it's like you're always going to be met with things that cost money, or like take away from your finance, take away from your savings in order to get those things. If you want something to be free, you have to give away something free. That's just the way, that's just the law of the universe. It's like I just said, what you give is what you get. So if you give away something free right now, give to charity. Like for example, it could be something super simple. In my closet right now, I have a bag that I fill up. There's like beauty products I have that I've never used. Like, you know, those soaps you get for Christmas, things like that. Clothes that I got for Christmas this year and the past year. little products, little things that I just have sitting around that are still have tags on them, and I fill up this bag with them. And my intention is that when I'm ready, you know, we have a lot of people who are asking for handouts, asking for things, especially in the area I'm in, off the highway, etc., etc. When I see a female, my plan is to just give her the bag. I don't want to bring it to a shelter. I don't want to bring it to, I don't want to post on Facebook. I just want to see somebody in the right time and give it to them. That's just an example, but it's like, I'm sure there's something you can donate. I'm sure there's something that you have that you can get rid of. By getting rid of things, we open up space to receive things. So yeah, you want to give away, or even if it's like I said, your time, going and volunteering someplace, giving, if you have a business, giving away a free product or a free service, like things of that nature. And if you do that, then you're going to reap the rewards from that. So yeah. It's like the pass it on energy. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that. You do something good for somebody, somebody does something good for you. Even if it's something as simple as like when you're going through the McDonald's drive-through or something, you order your food and you say, hey, let me pay for how much was the order behind me? And if it's in a reasonable amount, or say you see that the person behind you has kids and whatever, you have the extra $20 or something, be like, hey, can I pay for their order too? I just got a soda, so I might as well just pay for their order too. So yeah, I'm hearing Chick-fil-A too. Do that at Chick-fil-A. That's why, because Chick-fil-A, people are known to do that. People are literally known to do the pass it on energy a lot there. I've been at Chick-fil-A so many times, and I've been driving through and they've been like, oh, your order's already taken care of. And I'm like, wait, why? Like every time I'm shocked. But yes, Aries, this is the type of energy you want to be on, is like paying for people's orders. You're in the Dunkin' Donuts line, you see somebody like they look like they're in a hurry and they're da-da-da, you can just be like, no, it's okay, I got it. What did you want? What kind of coffee did you want? And just pay for their coffee. These types of things will always come back to you in tenfold. I would check out some of my videos on YouTube because I talk a lot about the capitalism and I really want to go deep into it here. But like I said, I've already been up here for an hour and 20 minutes and I'm only like 4 signs in, so I'm not going to get into it. But yeah. And so let's talk about the 222 energy for you guys. What is the best thing for you guys to do today? It's the lost and found energy. What was once lost is about to be found. Thanks to the lost and found fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized we had. I'm going to go ahead and write this here. You guys should listen to the Halen incantation. It's kind of silly because it's from Tangled. It's a Disney movie. But at the end of the day, we need to take what resonates. You know what I mean? It's by Mandy Moore. You guys should really listen to this song, Aries. Okay, so yeah. And let me go ahead and read what is in the book. Yeah, I think I said it, but I'm going to read it again. What was once lost is about to be found, thanks to the lost and found fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized were lost. The lost and found fairy collects lost treasures and keeps them for a rainy day, revealing them for when they are needed most. That's funny because it's raining today. All this water energy. Y'all got some emotional shit going on, Aries. She is attracted to shiny things and often keeps company with magpies and crows, for they too have a keen eye for things that sparkle. If you see these birds, this fairy is probably nearby. If you've misplaced something, either materially or spiritually, call on this helpful fairy to find it. She will often leave little hints, tips, and clues. What did this say? Intuitive knowing, seeking truth. She may remind you to be practical, for example. If you've lost your keys, retrace your steps in your mind. Where were you when you last saw them? This fairy often appears in autumn and winter time. In autumn, animals often bury food ready to sustain themselves during the colder months. And seeing them do this could be a sign to stash away the things that will sustain you too during this period. These could be material things such as food and money. Remember, she is a very practical fairy. Or you might stash away cherished memories inside your heart and tap into them whenever you need a spiritual boost. The lost and found fairy also reminds us that it's okay to lose things. Perhaps you never really needed them anyway. or their time and purpose has been served. It's no use crying over spilt milk. Could also be the message she brings. Let it go, get a cloth and clean it up, then go and get some more milk if you really need it. So Aries, that kind of comes back to the single energy of courage, facing your fears. If there's something in your life that has left you, sometimes we have to look at the positive side of that, be more optimistic, and understand that everything happens for a reason. As far as the storing things away, that kind of comes into the charity stuff, is like saving things for a rainy day. Although I was telling you to do charity and things like that, it's because I was saying to you, if you give, then you'll get in tenfold. So if you give somebody $100, $10, if you give somebody $10, you're most likely to receive 100. So with that being said, it's like once that happens, it doesn't mean to go spend the 100. It means find out ways to continue in that same momentum, especially with this is about an overflow, abundance, fertile ground, expansion. This is an opportune time to invest your money into something that's stable and secure. It doesn't mean to go buy yourself new clothes. Yeah, it doesn't mean to like go spend your money frivolously, Aries. You want to be very cautious about what you're spending and what you're doing. When if you do go ahead and give, when you receive back, be very cautious about what you do with that stuff, because whatever you do with that will show the universe like what kind of time you're on. If you go buy yourself a bunch of clothes, then it's gonna kind of be like the universe is gonna be like, are we serious? Like, you asked for all that help and we gave you help, and now look what you're doing. So all right, so now we're going to go into Taurus. So Taurus. I'm actually surprised. Not surprised. I have no idea where Taurus is about to go, to be honest. So we're going to do singles, couples, money, and a message from the universe, some advice. I knew this was your card. Yeah. I shuffled and that card popped up twice, so. Okay, so singles. Right now you're at a standstill. Singles, you could feel as if your spirit guides have not been listening to you. You could have asked for somebody to come into your life. That hasn't happened. Now you're feeling like like you don't trust your spirit guides. You don't trust yourself. What I'm going to tell you though, honestly, Taurus, is you should never pray for people or pray for people to come into your life. The reason for it is because when you pray for somebody and you try to that's not actually prayer. That's like manifesting somebody, Taurus, and you don't want to manifest people into your life. It's not fair. That's like spell work. I know that you don't want to hear it like that because it's kind of like, it's probably against things that you've heard, but it's the truth. When you pray for somebody and you ask God or ask a higher power to provide, to bring somebody to you, two things are happening. First off, that's a lacking mentality. You're talking to the universe, you're talking to God, or you're talking to whoever you pray to with the energy that there's something missing from your life, right? When we pray, prayer should be about gratitude, and prayer should be about thanks and asking God for things we need to get through the situations that he has put us in, because he always knows he's always doing things in our favor. Okay, so you can ask for strength, in a time where you feel like you're lonely. You can ask for comfort in a time you feel like you're lonely. But if you ask for a person, that's a lacking mentality. And a little thing I'm going to tell you is that when people cast spells, the way to cast a spell is to speak into existence first what is lacking, and then you speak into existence what you want. So when you do that in prayer, you're literally using divine energy to cast a spell. And God does not favor that. Your spirit guides don't favor that. So you could feel like you turned your back, that your spirit guides turned your back on you. But Taurus, what I'm hearing is like, you're actually turning your back on your spirit guides, because you're putting a lot of pressure on them to do spiritual work that is like, against the rules and against their values. These are probably, your spirit guides are probably wholehearted, righteous spirit guides working from the angelic realm, and they know that in order to get you what you want, they would have to quite literally ruin something in that person's life, or they would have to quite literally like go out of their way to step into that person's life. Like, you can't ask for divine intervention. It doesn't work like that. If God wants divine intervention to occur, God will facilitate that. And I'm saying God because that's the higher power. That's the highest power I pray to. But at the end of the day, we all believe in different gods and goddesses. So whoever you're asking, well, your spirit guides are who you're asking, but whoever you speak to, whoever you pray to the most, this entity will do this when they're ready and when they see that the time is ready. It could be that this other person isn't ready for the things that you want. So for the singles, what I'm hearing is that, now on the flip side, if that didn't resonate with you, Taurus, what I'm hearing is that you're at a standstill with a partner. You're at a standstill with somebody you thought that you were going to spend forever with. Mistrust, grinding to a halt, stagnation. It's like you guys were hot and heavy for like a little while, and then all of a sudden things just went cold. Maybe you were ghosted, or you ghosted somebody, Taurus. But overall, this single energy is just feeling very lonely, out in the cold. Communication gap. There's withholding energy, withholding emotions now. It's like both sides or one side is extremely like hesitant to express how they feel. So yeah, that's the energy coming through for the singles. For the couples, for Taurus, what I'm sensing is steady progress, gaining confidence, accepting challenges, a promotion, and receiving recognition. So pretty much what I'm hearing for the couples is that you've been in this relationship, you've been giving to this other person, and pretty much like now you're finally being recognized for everything that you've done for them. You're finally being recognized for all that you do for them. Wow, it's 33 comments, 3 shares, a lot of 333 energy. And I'm saying this on Taurus, so maybe that's relevant for you guys. And then the 4s here. Oh, 12, the standstill, 3 energy. Yeah, you guys have a lot of numerology coming through, Taurus. I'm just going to pull one. So yeah, so the, you're finally accepting challenges. It's like you're able to deal with things in a mature manner. And this person is seeing that you handle things with maturity and class and dignity. You're just getting recognition for being like who you are, being this loyal person. That's crazy because 10 came through and this is under the pushing upwards. And the pushing upwards is literally 10 energy. Hold on, I want to see one thing. Yeah, so this 10 of clubs is talking about let me think real quick. Clubs, pentacles, spades, and diamonds. Yeah, so clubs is wands. Okay, so yeah, so this is like you've held on to this heavy energy. You've held on to the burden of with this accepting challenges. It's like you've held on to this burden of being like somebody's support system, and now you're finally being recognized for it. And then with the money, what we have is, give me 1 second. Guys, I definitely was up here way longer than I wanted to be. I didn't see this coming. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna jump into the money for Taurus. Sorry about that. I had to grab my charger. My thing was fully charged. That's crazy. Hour and 33 minutes, by the way, Taurus. So a lot of 333 energy coming through for you guys. Anyways, the money is immaturity, bluffing, ignorance, learning, impatience, and reckless behavior. Singles or couples, I don't care what it is. Right now, you guys are in a place where you guys are overspending. Especially with this bluffing, what I'm hearing, Taurus, is that you're in a place right now where it's kind of like you're acting like you have more than you do. The immaturity, impulsiveness, you could have money, but it's just like you think that you have more resources than you do, and you have to learn the hard, it's like you're learning the hard way to not be so reckless, to not be so impatient, because what these things are bringing you is like you're having a lot of, you're getting a lot of like business partners, or you're getting a lot of like co-workers who are pretty much like, let me channel this for a second. Let me pull a clarifier on this for a second. I just feel like you're attracting energy that is just as, this is funny because the Emperor came through, stability, stabilizing influence. You have a lot of people in your life who are encouraging you to be immature, who are encouraging you to spend your money, because I feel like you have money, you have a job, you're a Taurus, so you most likely have money or a job, but it's like you have people in your life who don't understand how hard you've had to work in order to receive the things that you have. So with that being said, it's kind of like you're in a place where it's just, you feel peer pressure to keep up with these people or keep up with these things, but it's like these people themselves don't even have like money like that. Like they're overspending, they're doing things out of recklessness, youthful folly. I'm hearing like, you know, somebody's birthday came up and it's like you spent a whole bunch of money on this birthday, or even time. This could not necessarily be about money, but it could be that you're spending a lot of time with people who don't have like goals, and maybe they have goals, but it's like they're still dreamers, whereas you're a planner, you're a doer. So it's like you're around people who, however, who talk a lot about what they're going to do and when they're going to do it, but they don't necessarily put in the action. They don't put in the work for it. So it's like this is taken away from you. This is a lot of air energy too. So this could be an Aquarius, Libra, or a Gemini. I'm more sensing Libra or Aquarius because Geminis are kind of about their business. But yeah, Libra, Aquarius energy of just somebody who's very indecisive, somebody who feels like with the Aquarian energy, they feel like they're so special to the universe and everything is going to come into their lives. And if you just help them now, like don't worry about it later because they got you later. That it's like a lot of that kind of air energy. I'm hearing like airhead. This person just doesn't think things through. And as a result, you're being pulled along with them. So yeah, or Pisces energy as well, I'm hearing. So Pisces, Libra, Aquarius is who you could be dealing with. And this could be a friend, a parent, a family member, or a lover. But either way, this energy is stopping you from having stable money in your life, Taurus. Okay? So let's talk about what you want to do during this 222 portal. The Lotus Flower Fairy tells you to learn from experience and shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life or those of others. Wow. This is crazy. From dirty mud, beautiful flowers emerge. We can liken mud to the trials of life, to the things that have hurt us, but also ultimately shaped us and helped us to grow into the people we are today. From pain comes growth, and this growth can inspire others who are going through similar discomfort. The Lotus Flower Fairy comes to say that you have a wealth of experience that can be used to help others. When we learn from the past and from painful experiences, we can truly and fully flourish into beautiful beings who shine from the inside. You are a beautiful flower born of the lessons of the past. If you are going through a tough time right now, this fairy reminds you that you are receiving life's spiritual ingredients with which to grow and flourish. This card also helps you tells you that a lotus flower and a rose cannot be compared. For every flower is unique and beautiful, and the same goes for us humans. We each have special talents and skills, and no one can be as good at being you as you are. The fairies know this only too well. So celebrate the wonderful person you've become and continue to flourish, precious one. I think that was super on point with everything I just said. It's like, don't compare yourself to the rose if you're a lotus flower. You're somebody who's come through the mud. What did I say? I said you're somebody who's had to earn what it is that you have, and this other person just kind of gets things very easily. And they kind of pressure you into overspending and doing these things, but it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave that there. I feel like that was super on point. I can't even like get into it more. All right, so we're gonna do Cancer, 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 Cancer. Doing these timestamps is so annoying, but I know they're helpful for you guys, so I really try. And where are we at? Because 7 more signs. We're getting into the good chunk though right now, because these are all signs I'm super familiar with. I kind of did signs I don't really like doing first. Well, not really. Cap, Sag. It's more the Aries and Taurus. Like, I don't really get a good energy from them all the time. Like, I don't have a lot of Aries and Taurus viewers. So, those ones are like, for me. Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra. These are like my favorite ones to do. So, these ones will be fun. Give me an uplift of energy. Scorpio, Aquarius, Pisces. I hate doing so. All right, Cancer. Are these your cards? I'm going to leave this as a general energy. All right, Cancer. So for singles, what we have is loyalty, adaptability, cooperation, trust, reliability, sensitivity to others, service, and receiving guidance. So with the 17 energy, the star energy, what I'm hearing for you 100 million% is Aquarius season sucked. I'm just going to say that, like, whatever. Cancer, Aquarius season for you was like, because Aquarius season is where Valentine's Day is. Yeah, it was mid-January to mid-February to, you know, just right now we just moved into Pisces season. So it's kind of like Aquarius season was just not your season. The Mercury retrograde was in Aquarius. Yeah, so what I'm hearing is that it's like you had to learn how to become how to kind of roll with the punches in terms of just like energetical highs and lows. You have this great sense of loyalty and service to others. And you had to learn how to put your own feelings aside in order to kind of show up for the party, show up for other people. So with that being said, as singles, what I'm hearing is that like during that time, you probably received a lot of advice. What I'm going to tell you now is to heed the advice that you feel resonated deep with you. And I say that because during Mercury retrograde, a lot of secrets are revealed. Communication either goes at an all-time high or an all-time low. What I'm hearing for you is you guys actually stayed silent during the Mercury retrograde. So you guys heard a lot. You observed a lot. You saw a lot. So with that being said, what I'm going to say is that like you need to start clocking all the things you saw and heard because we're now out of that Mercury retrograde, Cancer. So for you guys, now is going to be an opportune time to look back, especially during this 222 portal. This is a very strong and opportune time to go deep into all of the messages you've been receiving intuitively, spiritually, physically, from coworkers, friends, family, past loved ones, past lovers, passed on loved ones, like people who have passed away, who you feel like are like, you're hearing songs regarding them, or you're hearing like a lot of energy, you're just whatever. You need to look deep into these messages, because now is the time where you're going to have the energy to make sense of it all. Yeah, and that will really help you with your singlehood. If you're not somebody who wants to stay single and you want to have a relationship, there's an answer that has been given to you. You just haven't put 2 and 2 together on it yet. For the couples, it's kind of the same energy. It's just a little bit different. Is that during the Mercury retrograde, you and your lover were probably having a lot of issues, a lot of communication issues. What this is saying is it's coming through with the well, getting down to the truth, intuitive knowing. There's a truth that you know about your lover that you just were not willing to accept during the Mercury retrograde. You were kind of like in this delusional state. This is coming through as a lot of water energy. So you were letting your emotions control your decisions. So basically it's like you were pretty much like in love with this person, or you are in love with this person, and you refuse to see the truth about what they really are, who they really are, how they really act. So with that being said, it's kind of like now is the time to clock all of the messages you've been hearing, all the horoscopes you've been reading, all the things your coworkers have been saying, your family has been saying, and start to like really just kind of, like I said, put 2 and 2 together and just make a change about it. You could decide to stay. That's none of my business. But the point is that you need to be confident in whatever choice you're making. And during Aquarius season, during the Mercury retrograde, you weren't really sure. You were just going with the flow of the emotions, hiding a lot of emotions, Cancer. So now it's kind of like this is the time to start digging deep into these emotions and figuring out exactly how you feel, and if you're truly okay with being in this relationship, or for the singles, if you're truly okay with being single. Because there's something about your state of your relationships that makes you uncomfortable, yet and still you stay that way. So there's a change that you need to have, that needs to occur in your life, in order for you to really like get some different results out of life. So with the money coming through, it's actually beautiful energy here. What I'm hearing is that you're getting a lot of encouragement from people around you to start doing things, apply for a better position, to start that business, things like that. The expansion, fertile ground, abundance, especially with this 222 energy, this 222 portal. Now is a very opportune time to dig deep into starting a business, doing whatever it is that you like really want out of life. And the reason for that is because with this 222 energy, like I said, this is about manifesting for some, and for others it's about really digging deep into relaxation, and so that they can rest and rejuvenate. So for you, Cancer, it's kind of both. I would find the time in this 222 energy to literally kind of like, a perfect example of combining the two is putting your feet in a foot bath, and you're putting your feet in a foot bath and you're relaxing your body, you're relaxing your mind, get your herbs, get your whatever, your things, but also to journal about all your ideas. This is funny because I wanted to read what I wrote for Cancer for the abundance, which like I said, I'm going to share these on my page for the money horoscopes. But this is literally telling you in the Cancer one to get a like-minded friend, to be around people who encourage you. So it could be like, or soaking your feet and calling up a friend and say, let's brainstorm about some shit. Like, let's just talk about best case scenario, what could happen if I become rich, or best case scenario of how I can sell these products, like how I can start this business, how I can turn my hobby into a career, how I can apply for that job, like whatever it is that you're seeing, like you really want to go full force ahead with somebody strong in your corner, so that you can like really start to manifest these things. But also, like I said, Cancer, for you, it's going to be about grounding yourself. And that's why I mentioned the feet and mentioned a foot massage, or putting your feet in water, because now is going to be a very opportune time for you to ground yourself and get practical about what it is that you want. Okay, so let's look into your general 222 advice. It is hidden depths. Something hidden is about to come to light, perhaps a secret or memory at the back of your mind. When we expose what's hidden, we can become free. Yeah. So I'm telling you guys, there's something in your intuition, something in your dreams, something, a sign you've seen, something a friend said, a meme on your phone. For some reason, I'm hearing for you, Cancer, go through your phone and go through all the screenshots you made of all those like memes and things that you never shared. Because there's something deep hidden, an answer deep inside you that you're simply ignoring. So sometimes it's easier to be in denial than to face a challenge. I wasn't going to read this, but I'm so glad I did, Cancer. So we act as though something never happened and pretend everything is fine. However, releasing the things that have been hidden from view can be very liberating. Help us to move forward with our lives. The fairy of water, this is funny because you guys are a water sign, comes to hold your hand gently and guide you during this releasing experience. One of the reasons things stay hidden is that they can contain painful memories. This is totally understandable, and if there's been a major trauma in your life, it's important to seek professional help. Remember, you do not have to do this alone. All you need to do is take the first brave step towards wanting to be free from your past. Once you've done this, there are people who can help you to walk gently through the experience and teach you how to release it with love. Then you'll be able to move forward, feeling lighter and happier and ready to embrace the rest of your life positively. The fact that this card has appeared now means you may be ready to face what has been hidden, but only do this if and when you feel the time is right. Another meaning of this card may be that someone you know is keeping a secret from you. Secrets are fine, but not when they hurt another person or being. It's time to be honest with yourself and ask that others do the same for you. But be gentle with everyone concerned, including yourself during this process. Yeah, that was beautiful. Because I definitely feel like it really touched base on you having a strong friend. Like, you need a friend right now, Cancer. You need a friend who understands you. A friend, spiritual advisor, therapist. Because it said professional help. So that's crazy. These three dropped. Or no, 4 dropped. No, 3. Yeah, that's Leo. Leo. 151. I keep seeing 5-1. All right, so Leo. So for the singles, it's conduct, self-awareness, proceed with caution and sensitivity, correct behavior, and act responsibly. What I'm hearing is that you're treading water. Basically, it's kind of like yeah, there's a lot of energy coming through for you guys. So you could be with multiple people. Yeah. 8 of Swords coming through, feeling bound and gagged. 5 of Cups, money losses, all is not lost. If you look behind you, something's still there. Building friendships again within a relationship, building love again within a relationship. This energy is coming through as the same for couples and singles. So honestly, I don't really care if you're couples or singles. We're just going to go ahead and just jump into it. I think for the rest, I'm not really going to do couples or singles. I'm just going to kind of get through them because now we've been up here 2 hours and this is going to be like a 3-hour read. So the point is that the energy coming through for Leo in general is there's a lack of humility, a lack of there's too much happening too fast. You're not being aware. You're not taking time to stop and smell the roses. Your advice card came through as stargazing. Right now, it's like you're not looking at the moon. You're not looking at the stars. You're not taking a second. Even with this card, these cards are all saying the same thing. So your general message, Leo, for singles, couples, or money is that you have to look deep inside yourself in the intuitive knowing. You have to look into your intuition, your insight, your wisdom. You're being too present-minded, which is not a problem all the time. Like, it's okay to live in the present, but this is more than that. You're living in the present, but in a delusional way. You're living in the present and you're pretending that the things that are horrible in your life are not horrible. It's like you're having money issues, you're having issues with a partner or a lover, or like with multiple lovers. And all, you're not taking these things seriously. You just keep pushing through in hopes that the more productivity, the more work you put into these things, that like the better they'll get. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, that's just not the case here. Realistically, it feels like you need to walk away from a lot of stuff. I've actually been saying that. My last reading, I literally said that to Leo. Yeah, so I literally feel like in terms of like what you're doing and whatnot, like you literally need to walk away from somebody or something. Walk away from a job, walk away from a person. But it's like you're refusing to do this because it's kind of like you're so invested in this emotionally, spiritually, financially, that it's like you just can't walk away. But you need to have self-respect. You need to have more this 15 coming through is devil energy, so it's like you're very proud. You have too much pride when it comes to a lot of things, Leo. You're being too overly prideful. You're not really looking at this realistically or practically. You're sacrificing a lot of your own self-respect, and you're sacrificing even another person's respect, because it's like, or you're jeopardizing another person's respect. Yeah, Leo, you're being disrespectful. That's the most polite way I could say this to you. You're being disrespectful. And you know that you are, but you don't want to admit it, because admitting it is like a fault for you, and you're a fixed sign. You don't like having faults. So it's like you just really need to look deeply into like, you're somebody who kind of needs to look into like you. I hate to say it because I'm a biblical person, I guess. I realize that more and more as I do these readings, but it's like overall, like you should maybe read the Bible, maybe read the story of like Lucifer. I'm hearing for you, Leo, reading is going to be very helpful, because what is it called? Cartomancy. I think I'm saying that wrong, but I'm not on the right whatever, but it doesn't matter. There's a phenomenon where you can open up a book and that book will bring you to a page of exactly the answers you need. That's where you're at, Leo. You need, there's a book that you already have, or a book that you really, really want. I'm encouraging you to pick up that book or buy that book and just open it to a random page and start reading from that page. Because there's something that's going to be in there that's going to be very helpful for you. It's going to help, it's going to trigger you. And it could be the Bible. Like maybe you should just open up the Bible to a random ass part and just read it. But that's me, because like I said, I'm a biblical person, but it's like, it doesn't have to be a Bible. It can literally be any book that you just feel like is calling you, or that you feel like you've been supposed to read. What I would encourage you to do, Leo, is that because you're in a state of pride, you're in a state of arrogance, is to read this from a completely humble place. So maybe you need somebody to read it to you. Maybe you would benefit right now from somebody reading you a book or listening to an audio book, because you need to step out of your own self in order to like receive whatever this message is going to be. Like in all honesty, like, because you might try to like you know how they say that if you're trying to prove something, Google will always prove it for you. It's like if you go into the book trying to prove a point for yourself, then you're going to prove it, because you'll always find evidence to like prove yourself. It's just a fact. You want to kind of go into this to prove yourself wrong. So I know that's hard for you, Leo, because you're a very stubborn sign, because you're a fixed sign, but you need to go into this suggestion that I'm making. Even the stargazing, you need to do the stargazing or the reading with the sense that you are wrong, not with the sense that you are right. It's okay to be wrong about things, because when you take accountability and say that you're wrong about something, you're able to change it or fix it. So let's look at the stargazing. Wisdom came through when I was just going through. That was the first one that I came up on. This card says the answer you seek is in the stars. This can literally mean looking up into the night sky and stargazing. Stargazing is like a form of divination. Allow your gaze to drift around the sky and see what flows into your mind. Fairies can be very active when the stars begin to appear and shine upon their surroundings. This also applies to you, except the stars are illuminating your current situation so you can see a solution. more easily. Stargazing can bring about a deep sense of peace and can also help you put things into perspective. Look how tiny the stars appear to be. Yet this is only an illusion. This is all about illusions. Conversely, perhaps something in your life appears to be bigger than it is in reality. Maybe you're putting your foot down about some type of respect that you're demanding, or you're just being overly like demanding about with this person or with this job, or this job is being overly demanding with you, or this person's being overly demanding with you. But it's kind of like, what if that's an illusion for something deeper that's happening? What if this person is truly just hurting about something? What if the job is truly just like they're losing money, so they're putting pressure on you to make sure that they don't go out of business? You get what I'm saying? Like, stop taking things so personally. Do you have an interest in astronomy? If not, this card could be saying that it's time to explore this area. The insight you seek may also be found in astrology. This may be in a daily horoscope. Reading. What did I say? Maybe you should read your horoscope. Maybe you should take time every day to read your horoscope, so that, yeah, you're still present or whatever, but you're kind of like present with wisdom about how you should be controlling your. I read my horoscope every single day, and I take that like it's law. If my horoscope tells me not to do something, I can trust and believe everybody in my circle knows. Like, I will say real quick, like, no, my horoscope says I can't do that today. That's just not a good idea. It could be the perfect time to have your birth chart created by a professional so you can see the energy currents at play in your life. This doesn't mean you have to change your life, but being aware of certain astrological patterns can be helpful as you move forward. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there, Leo. That was like a lot of advice. Like I said, I'm trying to do them like a little bit faster. Now we're going to do Virgo. Virgo. Everybody knows Virgo is my favorite sign. It's like I have a love-hate relationship with Virgo energy. Everybody knows from watching these readings that I am a Virgo moon. I resonate so much with my Virgo energy. I don't know. I just the sign is like, I don't know, it's just so focused to me. That's why I like my Virgo energy. My Sagittarian energy can be a little scattered, as you can see from this 2-hour reading I'm doing. Like, my Virgo self, like, what I'm like, it's cringing right now. Like, we should have timed these. We should have been more accurate. Like, in terms of like, not accurate, but we should have been more punctual, I guess. Is like, we should have, like, I wanted to start at 2:22 and end by 3:33. But now it's 4:24, so definitely off with that. And my Virgo self is like, oh, I didn't even know why I was shuffling these specifically. That's what I'm saying. My Sagittarian energy just be taking over. But I guess we have some general energy right there for you, Virgo. So the Magician is coming through. Element of surprise, good or bad. So I'm hearing that you could be planning a surprise for somebody, or somebody's trying to surprise you. Okay, Virgo. So the 4:04 is coming through, which is funny because I was like, oh, I was thinking when I was talking about the 4 o'clock, I was like, oh, maybe I'll stop by 4:44. Seduction, temptation, magnetism, a passionate encounter, meaning halfway, coupling, sexual union. Virgo, single Virgos, you guys are dealing with a lot of sex, a lot of temptation. I'm hearing right now for you, Virgo, this is not productive, because you guys are healthy people. You're supposed to be healthy people. And I'm telling you right now, I'm sensing that this is jeopardizing your health. You're not getting enough sleep. I feel like you're not finishing properly. Like, I'm sensing, like, for women, like, orgasms aren't like coming as easily as they should. And maybe not that they're not coming as easily as they should, but they're not coming as easily as they should. They're not feeling as good as they used to or something. For the male, it's kind of like the same. It's like you're finishing, but it's like there's a lack of pleasure. There's a lack of like fulfillment. You still feel unsatisfied. That's because with this card, the attraction of the opposites, you're dealing with somebody who's just not really they're not somebody you really like respect physically, emotionally, spiritually. or mentally, like you're attracted to their body, or even just you were especially attracted to the type of sex they offered at one time, but it's kind of like you're not really attracted to them on the full spectrum of things. Like, this isn't somebody you see as a long-term partner. You were just kind of wasting time, and now you're kind of like in it, and you're kind of realizing like, damn, I wasted time. With the meeting halfway, this is somebody who, like, for some this will resonate, for others it won't. But first off, the meeting halfway is coming through as a physical thing and an emotional thing. So for some, physically, you have to meet this person halfway. So this person may have, like, share a car with somebody or something, so they can't always drive to you or come to you or whatever. Or maybe they have kids, so they can't always, like, come to you or see you. Like, you have to come to them sometimes. They have to come to you sometimes. There's, like, inconsistency in the, like, when you meet and where you meet. Now, emotionally, what I'm hearing is that this is something you also have to meet halfway, because it's like you have to pretend to be more interested in this person than you are to get what you want from them. What I'm hearing it too with the meeting halfway is this person is somebody who's, like, dealing with somebody or possibly dealing with somebody. So it's kind of like you have to, like, you have to completely act like you're so interested just to get the sex. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like meeting halfway. But when you're doing that, you're releasing something. You're sacrificing your dignity, you're sacrificing your self-respect. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, or this person could live in a different city, so you're constantly wasting gas to go see them. They're using their gas to come see you. It's just nothing about this situation is, like, right. There's a lot of talking and conversing to even get together. A lot of planning to even get together. And it's kind of like, my ears are ringing. And it's kind of like, is it even worth it? Like, you're thinking that to yourself all the time. Like, should I even go? Is this even worth it? Should I just stay home and sleep? Or should I just not have them come and sleep? I'm telling you right now, singles, like, yeah, you should just sleep. For couples energy, but this is coming through very strong. There's a lot of master numbers here. 44, 33, and then the number 7 here. With this 33 energy, for singles and couples, I'm going to be honest, like, you guys are disconnected from your spirit guides. You should be looking to your spirit guides to really help you get the courage and strength you need to get what you truly want out of your relationships. For the couples, it's coming through as a timely departure, letting go, retirement, walking away, reevaluation, withdrawal. For couples, for the Virgo energy, it's pretty much basically like you guys are extremely withdrawn from your relationship. You feel withdrawn from your spirit guide. You don't know what to do. You feel lost in this situation. With this 222 portal coming through, with you guys having such strong master number energy, which, by the way, you guys were the first sign to have all this energy. It's 44, 33. We're in the middle of the 222 portal. I'm going to be honest. Now is the best time. Remember what I said in the beginning, to take, for some people, it's going to be about resting, and some people it's about manifesting. As far as your love life, I think it's best that you rest on it, relax. Take some time away from sex, take some time away from temptation, take some time, like, maybe you shouldn't be on social media. I'm hearing that you could be somebody who's, like, looking at the lover you do want, and you're, like, watching them very closely on social media. I would take a break from that, because you need to reevaluate the situation. You need to, like, take a step out of the situation. With your money, it's talking about exert authority, define. It's time to take the bull by the horns, create a strategy, and mobilize forces. And then there's the magician energy coming through here. All this energy you're wasting with sex and casual relationships and worrying about, and not worrying, stressing the past, or stressing what your desired lover could be doing. This energy is taking away from your money. You're not as focused in the work field. With this discipline, I'm hearing that for you, Virgo, maybe you should work out instead of having sex. I've been saying that a lot with Virgo energy, working out, getting a better diet. I say this all the time, only with a sober mind and a detox body can we truly manifest. With this magician, the magician uses all 4 elements in order to manifest. Right now, it seems as if you're kind of imbalanced with your water, fire, air, and earth energy. And in the Tao and in Chinese astrology, they use metal as well. So metal energy, especially with this sword coming through with this metal sword. So maybe you need to look into, well, okay, yeah, I'm hearing the metal is really strong. So metal energy, as we all know, well, we may not all know, water equals emotions, earth equals stability or money, air equals communication, and fire equals passion. Metal equals intelligence. So with that being said, is that you could need to sharpen your mind about something. You could need to sharpen your physical sword. If you're somebody who works with swords, I'm somebody who works with swords, so that would resonate with me. Tai Chi, martial arts, those types of things. These things come with a level of intelligence. They come with a level of wisdom. Like, you don't just take Tai Chi so that you get stronger physically. You take Tai Chi so that you learn the wisdom of Tai Chi, the philosophy of Tai Chi. Same with karate, martial arts, so swords, like anything like that, samurai swords, like whatever, katanas, like you're learning an art, you're mastering a philosophy. You're not just mastering your body, right? So with that being said, Virgo, is like now is a time to really dig deep into that, because it will help you. Mastering this metal element will really help you master yourself. Once you become stronger mentally, physically, and spiritually, which, by the way, Tai Chi, martial arts, those things all do that, you'll be able to take the bull by the horns in your love life. So right now, do it with self. Right now, do it with your money, with your career, with your entrepreneurship, whatever it is for you, Virgo. Take the bull by the horns. And with that being said, is you'll then be able to start seeing actual changes in your love life. You'll see that your spirit guides are taking you more seriously, because that's what's happening right now. Your spirit guides aren't really taking you seriously, because like you're saying you want one thing but you're doing another. Yeah, I'm not even gonna shuffle because these are definitely your cards. I'm not gonna read the magical gateway out of the card. I'm gonna read the motivation, but I'm gonna read the magical gateway card, because we're in the 222 portal, and this is very strong for you guys about this portal energy. You guys have to let something go today. It takes courage and trust to venture into the unknown, yet this is where the greatest rewards are. It's time to step boldly forward without looking back. You have to let someone or something go. You have to, Virgo. If not, I'm telling you right now, you're going to end up marrying somebody you don't even like, or end up getting somebody you don't like pregnant or something, like literally. Like, it's just, you'll end up just, yeah, I'm not feeling this energy for you guys. I actually feel bad for you guys. I'm not going to lie, because that's sad. My Sagittarian energy stops these types of things from happening for me, because like I know I have a bigger purpose in this world, and that's kind of what it is for you guys. Is you guys don't realize you have a bigger purpose in this world, and it's disappointing because you guys are a very materialistic sign, and it's almost like you guys only think it's like you don't think you bring much to the table, you know? And that's why you settle for less, because you think you're less. We only accept and see in other people what we see in ourselves, or what we accept as a truth in ourselves. And you've accepted this truth that you're mundane, or that you're not that interesting, or that you don't like, especially not that interesting. You really think you're not that interesting. You don't think your interests, your likes, your hobbies, you don't think that they're special and unique. So you deal with people who are not special and unique. Like, when really there's somebody out there who's like special, unique, they have really cool interests and hobbies, and you really want to be a part of their life, but it's just like you feel inferior to them. You have an inferior complex, Virgo. So yeah, motivation. It says, when spring approaches, the flower fairies urge you to spring into action. If there's something you've been merely thinking about doing, they say get busy and do it. Wow. That's what I'm saying. The fairies, your ancestors, your spirit guides, God, they don't believe you want this as much as you say you want this, because you're not doing shit about it. Okay, so the flower fairies, also called pillywiggins, are super excited to fly into your cards. They know you have a special task at hand, and they're here to encourage you to get on with it. Working with flower essences, aromatherapy, and scented candles will help you tune into the flower fairies. This is coming through strong, Virgo. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But the person you want probably loves flowers. Or I'm sensing like their name is a flower, like how my name is Jasmine, Rose, Daisy. I'm just getting this intuitive advice here, Virgo. But a smart thing for you guys to do would to be like gift them the flower of their name or something. Like that's how you would. I'm getting like lightheaded thinking about this. Whew, that came through very strongly. Like that was, if you're watching this, Virgo, that's divine intervention. If it's a feminine energy and you're dealing with a male, it's the same thing. There's something, you should look into the meaning of their name, and there's something deep about the meaning of their name, and you should gift them something or do something regarding that. If you're trying to show somebody you're serious about starting a relationship, or you're trying to aid a relationship, or re-spark love in a relationship, look to the person's name, first or last name. Okay, yeah, the scent of a flower can, and honestly, taking it back too for the energy for the women, I'm going to read this back too, male or female, but especially for the women, working with flower essences, aromatherapy, and scented candles. So buying jasmine scented candles, rose scented candles, hibiscus, lotus, all of these things, these will help heighten your energy. Can have a powerful healing effect on your mind, body, and spirit. Perhaps you could bring some fresh flowers into your home, ideally still growing on the plant rather than cut flowers. Yeah, so plants. Ooh, I love that, Virgo, because you guys are all about earth energy. And yes, 100%. Wearing colorful clothing in the same shade as your favorite flowers can also help you feel uplifted, as well as brighten the day of anyone who sees you. The women of Rajasthan, which is funny because jazz is in there, in India is where jasmine flowers are from, wear bright colors and are referred to as flowers of the desert. Seeing them certainly lifts your spirit. So Virgo, call on the flower fairies if you feel you're lacking motivation. It's said the best way to get something done is to ask a busy person, or in this case, some busy fairies. They might not do the job for you, but they will certainly help to motivate you. You can connect to them easily by being outside, next to some flowers, or inside your home near a potted plant in bloom, and saying, "Flower fairies, I call on thee to motivate and inspire me." The flower fairies will leave a sign or two over the coming days or weeks. Just pay extra attention so you don't miss the creative ways in which they impart their flowery wisdom. Yeah, so pay attention. All right, Virgo, that was really beautiful. Moving into Libra now. Libra. Let me get rid of Virgo's cards. So Libra energy, we're doing couples, singles, and yeah, couples, singles, and money. I'm more pulling, like, I was going real deep into them before, as you can see, because I'm here for 2 hours. But all right, so for the couples, for the singles, I'm hearing plenty, profusion, generosity, inner riches, reaping rewards, culmination, harvest. I'm hearing that you guys aren't really in a place where it's like, yeah, this is crazy, because Libra, I've been saying for you guys, your environment is not good for you. So what I'm hearing with this 5-5 coming through, master number 55 here. So this is all about financial freedom, freedom in general, freedom from emotions, freedom from just like freedom. You feel trapped, freedom. So you feel rich on the inside, but this isn't matching your environment. So you feel like something's out of alignment. You know, on the inside, you actually feel like you have a lot of opportunity and a lot of possibility. But when you look around you, you're like, but everything looks so dull and mundane. Like, I'm literally looking outside with this rain, and it just looks so dark and gloomy, where it's like you feel beautiful and golden on the inside, but you're like, oh, but I live in this mundane place. Especially with the Libra, you guys are very image, so surrounded around image and surrounded about the way you look, the way other things look. I always say this about Libras, you guys are very concerned with aesthetic. You know, you guys love a good aesthetic. Like, it doesn't matter what kind of Libra you are, who you are, like, you're all about an aesthetic in the home, an aesthetic on the body. You guys are all about things that are beautiful. Libra is ruled by Venus, so you guys are all about things that are beautiful, and you guys really don't have an issue feeling beautiful on the inside. The issue is when you don't feel like your outside is beautiful. So with that being said, the way for you to feel like your outside is as beautiful is to take that into your own hands by going on a mini vacation, going on a road trip, going on a journey outside of yourself, outside of your own environment, finding beauty in things that you wouldn't necessarily find beauty in. Like, I'm telling you, for Libras right now, like, I want you guys to literally, if you see somebody who has an outfit on that you don't like, you have to find one nice thing about their outfit. And I know that sounds really crazy and silly, but when you look at the beauty in other people for who they are, you start to see your environment as something that is beautiful, regardless of how mundane and sad it may feel. So yeah. With the relationship, it's impulsiveness, immaturity, bluffing, ignorance, learning impatience, and reckless behavior. I'm sensing that you're not taking your relationship seriously, Libra. You feel as if you're above your partner for some reason, just maybe in... That just, like, popped. My water bottle just popped. Yeah, you feel like you're above your partner. Mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually. Like, I don't know, you just feel like you're superior to them. Like, with the Virgo energy, I was saying that there's like an inferior complex. With this Libra energy, it's like you guys are feeling superior. So it's kind of like, I'm sensing that you guys really need to, like, kind of come down from this. What I like to say is that anytime you're feeling too big, this is funny too, because youthful folly literally represents an air energy, and I can't remember what other sign it was that I was saying. I think it was Cancer. I can't remember, but I was saying one of the signs was dealing with an energy that is a Gemini or Libra energy, and that they're treating them. It was Taurus. It was Taurus. Anyways, the point is that overall, like, you guys are very, like, self-centered. Libra, you guys are being very self-centered in your relationship. You think that you have so much to offer to the relationship. You think you have so much to offer, like, mentally, spiritually, physically, financially. So basically, you expect a certain type of behavior in return. You're very impatient. I have to be honest, this is a very immature way of thinking about life, because honestly, you don't deserve, like, you're, like I said, you have a superior complex. So I'm almost hearing, like, kiss the ring. It's like you want your partner to, like, kiss the ring, and it's like, that's not a cool energy. There should be equality in a relationship, even if you're somebody who believes in gender roles, because a lot of people get shocked at this, but I actually believe in some gender roles in a relationship. I'm not going to get into which ones I believe in, but I do believe in some gender roles. 222, right, when I'm saying this. So for you with this 222 portal, the best thing for you to do is walk through with humility. Because if you walk through with arrogance and superiority, I kind of had said this in the beginning of the year with Libra energy. You guys started off the year thinking that your year was going to be so perfect and so great with this 2022 energy and all these memes and all these things. Even with today with this portal energy and everybody talking about how powerful it is, you feel like you are so powerful and you are going to walk through this portal and you're gonna get so much from it and all this other stuff. But it's like, no, you're not. You're gonna be really disappointed when you don't manifest shit, because you realize that you manifested out of a place of pride, out of a place of arrogance, out of a sinful place. You need to manifest out of a place of righteousness, a place of compassion, a place of kindness, right? You're not being kind to other people. You're not being kind to your partner. So with that being said, as I'm gonna be honest for you, Libra, is that like maybe you need to take your partner on a day trip. You need to take your partner on a road trip. Like maybe you need to let them take the wheel and do something, like take them someplace they've always wanted to go and let them tell you about the place. Like say for example your partner's always wanted to go to Salem or something, like that's right up in Massachusetts, or they've always wanted to go to Boston. I don't know why Massachusetts is coming through so strongly here, but maybe they've always wanted to take a trip, right? And they've never gotten a chance, and it's like you need to let them take you on this trip. I mean, you could facilitate the trip or whatever, but it's like you need to go on this trip and let them tell you things. Let them talk. Let them have a free opinion about the things that they see and the things that they feel, because it's kind of like you're always the boss. You're always in charge. You're always facilitating things. You're always planning things. You're always in charge. You need to let go of the dominance, just at least for a day. Like I said, if you're into gender roles and you believe that like you need to be the more dominant person, or maybe you're not into gender roles and you just feel like, whatever, I don't care. Overall, you feel like you need to be the more dominant person in a relationship. I'm telling you right now, for at least one day, just submit and just see how that makes the other person feel, how much it uplifts them, how much easier the relationship is, because they don't feel as, like the same way you feel trapped, you're making your partner feel trapped. So I would be very cautious of that. Now with your money, regardless of who you are, the single or couples, it's growing pains, doubts and fears, awkwardness, becoming stronger, and vulnerability and experience. You feel as if you have a lot of experience with something, like you have a lot of knowledge about something, but you don't have a lot of experience just yet doing something specific. So you're holding back due to your doubts and your fears, because you feel as if you really get out there and start trying to do exactly what it is you want to do, you're going to be met with like criticism. You're going to be told, like, I'm hearing, like, for some, I'm hearing either you're too old or you're too young. You don't have the right look. You don't have, like, image is a thing for you guys. So I'm hearing it's very surrounded around your image, around your brand, around like something you offer. So I'm hearing either you're too hood or you're too suburban. These types of things are gonna like hinder you, because you're thinking too much about other people's opinions. You're thinking too much about what other people may want. What I'm hearing is you're somebody who's going into an industry that already has a groundwork, right? But we don't always have to be cookie cutter images when we go into that industry. And that's what I'm hearing you're doing, is you're trying to make yourself into this cookie cutter image of what you think you should be, when in reality, it's kind of like what I'm hearing is like, for example, the fashion world, right? There's no rights or wrongs in the fashion world. This is an industry where it's like there's groundwork for the logistics or for like how to become successful. But as far as what these people are wearing, like they be wearing anything. Like, you get what I'm saying? And think Carrie from Sex and the City. Like, she literally dresses, to me, she dresses like wild. Like, you get what I'm saying? But to the fashion world, she dresses creative. She's a creative genius in the fashion world. That's kind of the energy you need to bring into your industry. Like, there may be groundwork here, but you need to come in almost with like the same way you're being arrogant in your relationships and in your singlehood, is kind of bring that into your work life, right? Like, come in and say, no, like, this is my creative genius. I'm a creative genius. You know what I mean? But the only way you'll get there is if you become more humble in your emotions, more humble in your relationships, more kind in your relationships, because you can come as a creative genius, but you have to be kind to others about it. And I hate to say it, but that's one of the reasons Kanye fails a lot, because it's not about the fact that he thinks he's a genius. And a lot of people get confused about this, because people are like, why is everybody so mad at Kanye because he's a genius and da-da-da. And it's like, no, Kanye to me definitely has like prophet level energy, genius level energy. That's not the fucking problem. The problem is that in the Bible, like, just speaking biblically, he matches up with Luciferian energy, with Lucifer energy, with devil energy, because it's like he has this prophet-like energy, he has this genius-like energy, but Kanye also is super fucking mean. He's super fucking mean. So it's like, you want to respect his creative, you want to respect his creative genius, but he makes it hard because his personality is so narcissistic, is so bipolar. It's unchecked, it's uncontrolled. So it's kind of like you need to control your emotions, you need to control your arrogance, you need to control these things and find the inner confidence and then walk into the industry. And once you do that, you'll have a lot more success. So the card coming through is journey, which I think is funny because even in sense of what I was just saying about you taking an actual road trip or taking a trip or anything like that, on the flip side of what I'm just was saying is you need to take a journey deep inside self. Like you need to take a journey and find confidence. You need to take a spiritual journey to find yourself and to find your voice. So it's time to prepare for a journey. It may be impromptu or planned. Either way, make sure you are ready when the time comes. Pack your passport now. So let's just read this from the book real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and move on to Scorpio, and then we have Aquarius and Pisces. So we have, it seems you may be about to embark on an exciting journey, so start packing your suitcase or backpack right away. But remember to travel light so you can easily be spontaneous, both with your physical journeys and with the journeys of your heart and being. Perhaps this is the right time to set out on an adventure of your own. You never know who you might meet. You may find yourself thinking about relocating or even moving to another country. It's worth signing up to a low-cost travel website to see what bargains appear, or go back to basics and just stick a pin in a map and travel there. Maybe you know someone who deserves a holiday or a day out. What did I say, Libra? You need to take your partner out. For the couples, you could take the initiative and invite them to join you on a fun-filled fairy journey. This card may also be telling you that your passport needs to be renewed. Or I'm hearing registration on a car, insurance on a car. The fairy of traveling pictured on this card with a speedy hare is telling you to prepare. It's a rabbit. It's telling you to prepare and be ready to take a leap of faith when the moment is right. It's a potentially super exciting time full of fun as you venture into the world, a wonderful unknown. It's also a chance to feel truly alive and surrender to your magical destiny, banishing any preconceived plans or expectations. This message may also relate to members of your family who are about to move or go on a holiday. However it manifests, a journey is imminent. It might be near or far or even an inner journey, but the main thing is that you become ready and willing. That was super on point. What did I say? Like, I don't care what kind of journey it is for you guys. Like, you guys are definitely in a place where it's like, it's journey time. It's time for you guys to go and start like traveling the world energetically, spiritually, physically, like journeying through yourself. All right, so we're going to move into Scorpio. 231 29. I'm keeping pretty good with the timestamps. For anybody who missed, I started with Gemini. So Gemini is the only one I don't have a timestamp for. But let's see. Scorpio energy. So Scorpio energy is coming through as very lonesome. For the single energy, it's coming through. What I was doing here is I was pulling singles, couples, and oh, good. I didn't get to Pisces yet. We're literally about to be at Pisces. I'm doing Scorpio, Aquarius, then Pisces. I might skip and do Pisces next for you. But yeah, so we're on Scorpio now, and Scorpio energy, and also too, if you, because I'm almost done with all the signs. So if you know your moon, your rising, or your, any of your other placements, you're more than welcome to go back. I was putting the timestamps in. You might want to watch your other signs as well before we jump into your sun sign. So for Scorpio energy, it's coming through as very lonesome. Movement, coping with unfamiliarity, a pilgrimage, aloneness, broadening your horizons. I'm hearing that you guys are like sitting in your room, sleeping a lot, like kind of like just kind of not really like focused on you're not really focused on like manifestation. You're not focused on doing more right now. Yeah, journey came through again for you guys. Yeah, you guys need to take a trip. You need to get out of your room, get out of your house. Maybe you guys did plan a vacation and this is kind of like all you're looking forward to. I kind of said this with another energy, with the Scorpio energy. I think the last reading I did was pretty much like you guys have something in your near future, so you guys are just holding off until you get there. And it's kind of like, no, you guys need to live in the day by day. Be excited about what it is you have around you. There's a lack of gratefulness occurring right now. You don't feel grateful. You don't feel thankful for what it is that you have. You're always looking, not always, but right now you're looking for a change in the near future, and you believe this change or this vacation or this milestone will bring you your happiness. But it's like, if you have to wait for something to be happy, then I'm telling you right now, you're going to be very disappointed, because when you get it, you're not going to be happy. Happiness comes from within. Happiness is a sense of freedom. It's a freedom in our emotions, a freedom to feel like we can be ourselves. So if you're searching for something to give you that externally, a vacation, a milestone, an achievement, a goal, and you think that this thing, this accomplishment, this vacation is going to bring you peace, happiness, and freedom, then you're never going to achieve that. Because even when you go on this vacation or you achieve this goal, what's going to happen is you're constantly going to set new goals, constantly going to set new vacations. And it's like, you're always going to be running from something. You're running from yourself, essentially, because true happiness comes from within. So it doesn't matter, because it's funny, because for the couples, it's inner alchemy, mastery, spiritual renewal, concentrate, contain, rejuvenation, and discerning wisdom. You have the wisdom. You know that you could be happy on your own. What I'm sensing is anybody, Scorpios, I always say this, but I don't always say it, but it comes through so strongly for your guys' energy, because you guys are such pessimistic signs, and you guys think a lot. Knocking on wood, and I'm telling you to please see a professional provider if this is somebody, if this resonates with you. But if you're somebody who deals with an addiction, drugs, alcohol, has dealt with suicidal thoughts, these types of things, the only way to pull yourself out of that is to have the wisdom to know that you deserve better. You are worth more. Addiction brings us down to a low frequency. It brings us down to a place of complacency, right? So if you're considering picking up the bottle, you're considering picking up a drug, you're considering, doing something that could possibly harm you, even in the now, or completely take your life, 100% still have to say, seek a professional. But either way, just remember that it's like, your presence on this earth is valuable. You are valuable. You are loved. And that's what the gratefulness comes into play, is you need to be grateful for the people who appreciate you, grateful for the people who you're surrounded with. You're probably surrounded by a lot of love, a lot of loving energy, but you're so pessimistic about, like, you think a lot into people's intentions. Like, why are they acting? Like, why do they even love me? Or they only love me because I'm their sister, or they only love me because I'm their brother. They only love me because of this. And it's like, no, some love is absolutely and entirely pure, but you don't see that because you don't have pure love inside you right now. So with that being said, pull very much into your inner knowing, and knowing that you're worth more, knowing that you're special, knowing that you are loved, knowing that you are taken care of. Be grateful that your people, your family is safe, your loved ones are safe, that you are safe and secure. You know what I mean? I'm hearing to stop taking so much from your dreams. A lot of the times I tell people to listen to their dreams more, but for you, Scorpio, I'm hearing 100% to stop listening to your dreams, in the sense of, like, don't overthink. Every dream is not a prophecy. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't overthink every single dream you're having. Like, these aren't prophecies. Sometimes dreams are just manifestations of our own emotions, our own fears. And sometimes you have to look past them and say, okay, I've seen it. Oprah always says the best way to get over a fear is to address the fear out loud. And sometimes that's what your dreams are doing. You're getting these dark and, scary dreams, these nightmares, which the best advice I've ever gotten is that what you do, actually, I'm not even going to say that. There's ways to work through nightmares. That's all I'm going to say. If you're interested in knowing how, definitely book a private reading with me, and I can definitely tell you more about that, if you're somebody who's experiencing nightmares. But yeah, these nightmares, these things are just so that you can see what it is you're feeling, so you can get over it. Like I said, not all dreams are prophecies. So the card coming through for you for your 222 portal energy is pure intentions, and it's The fairies are usually very happy and willing to help us manifest our wishes as long as these are both from our heart and not for selfish reasons. What did I say? You think other people are selfish because you're being selfish. You're being very self-centered, and you may not see it that way, but, and I say this with the utmost respect, but people who commit suicide, people who think about addiction, who put their needs above the needs of the collective. You get what I'm saying? You don't want to be on this earth anymore, so you do something that essentially hurts the people around you. You don't want to be present-minded or feel what you're feeling, so you put yourself in jeopardy, regardless of what that means for the people around you. Because as we know with addiction, and as we know with suicide, these things are things that are greatly that leave your family and your friends in very, very hurtful places, right? This affects the family just as much as it affects the person, okay? So it's also important that your wishes don't, I want to say it one more time. Please seek a professional if you're feeling these ways. It's also important that your wishes don't impose on the free will of others, and that your wishes are for the highest good of all concerned, including the fairies. This means turning into your inner wisdom. What did I say from all this? Turning into your wisdom, If it feels right, you can also call on the fairy of manifestation to supercharge your wish. Here's a wonderful wishing technique using dandelion seed heads, if this is something you're comfortable with, which are full of wishes just waiting to be carried into the air, fueled by your wise and wishful intent. Hold one of the fluffy seed heads to your heart and visualize your wish. Imagine that your wish has already come true, including your thoughts, feelings, and emotions when the wish has been fulfilled. Then take a deep breath, fueled by your wish, and blow the seeds into the air. Know the wish seeds will be collected and protected by Sylph Wish Guardian, one of the many tiny fairies who dwell in the air. The sylph will take your wish to the queen of the sylphs and ask her to manifest it for you. It's important to give thanks to the sylphs once you've blown your wishes away. The beauty of making wishes in this way is that you're also helping the plant to spread its seeds far and wide. When you help nature, you automatically assist the fairies too. So this is a wise way to create a win-win situation for them and you. So yeah, Scorpio, what I'm hearing for you guys, if that's not something that resonates with you, like going through that whole process, I would definitely advise you to go ahead and start spending more time with plants, nature, things of that, like things on that level. We're gonna run into doing Pisces now, and then we're gonna go into Aquarius, and then I am done because I have been here for 3 hours. So yeah, what we're doing is we're pulling singles, couples, and money. Did I skip money for Scorpio? I don't know if I did, but I feel like I touched base there, guys. You guys got the point. Like, I'm going to keep this out for general energy here, but I feel like it's stopping me. Yeah, so so Pisces, Virgo is probably super relevant for you. I don't know if you're a Virgo rising, moon, or maybe Venus, or if you're dealing with a Virgo, but some of the cards that came through for Virgo are coming through very strongly here. So I'm going to keep these as general energies. Yeah, I'm going to keep your spread a little bit different here, Pisces, and we're just going to kind of go off the cuff here. So this energy coming through is conflict, hostility, jealousy, stubbornness, aggression, fear, competitiveness, controversy. What I'm sensing for you, Pisces, 100,000,000%, is basically, it's like you feel very hostile inside. You feel very uncomfortable. You feel out of your comfort zone, spiritually, mentally, physically. I'm feeling out of alignment. This could be health related. It could be mental health, emotional health, physical health. But there's something that's going on in your mind, body, or soul that's causing you to feel out of tune with the rest of the world. I'm going to pull some clarifiers because Knight of Cups is at the bottom, needing more confidence. Yeah, controversy, competitiveness. This is coming through as very low feminine energy. So yeah, the Virgo card came out again. The Empress, delays will prove necessary. I'm sensing that this is very like low frequency female energy. So basically I'm hearing Pisces is a feminine sign. So what I'm hearing is that, or no, Pisces is actually a masculine sign. But you guys have a lot of feminine energy. I would really check to see what your other placements are, guys. Because you guys are being overtaken by a feminine energy, a lower feminine energy. Yeah. You guys are overly concerned with like who's competing with you and jealousy. Feminine energy at its best is nurturing, it's welcoming, it's soil that a seed can be planted in. But right now it's like you guys are like these mountains. You see these mountains fighting each other. It's like moving mountains to please you. It's like it's super hard to please you. It's super hard to get you on the same page as anybody in your circle. You're being very aggressive to the people you love. You're overexerting free will. So it's kind of like you're constantly always saying or thinking to yourself, like, if you're doing something that you might catch yourself and be like, damn, maybe I was too harsh. But then you're like, but I can do what I want. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, or like, I deserve this because I'm going through XYZ and this person should know better, or this person should be doing more for me. But they're always asking me for things or asking me to do certain things a certain way. So it's like you feel justified in your anger. You feel justified in your aggression. But I have to say to you guys, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. It really is. You're allowed to have boundaries and you're allowed to have deal breakers. You're allowed to have standards, but you're not allowed to mistreat people. And what I'm sensing, Pisces, is that if this isn't resonating with you, the only other thing I have to say is somebody else in your life is acting this way. But that's not what I'm sensing. I'm sensing it's you. Because I'm sensing you're overworked, you're overtired, you're overstimulated with ideas, creation. This Wheel of Fortune is coming through. So it's like you're making more money or trying to figure out ways to make more money. You're overstimulated with ideas. I'm getting actually frustrated right now, tapping into this energy. I'm not going to lie. Because damn, guys, I'm not going to lie. This is actually just frustrating me a bit because it's frustrating me because I've worked very hard to control my emotions and control my creative projects. I'm very specific about, like, I have boards and to-do lists, and I have, like, I'm very organized when it comes to my creative life. Like, although creativity comes from within and you can't schedule creativity, I've done a very good job of finding a routine and finding a process that works for me. Pisces energy is coming through very scattered in the way they're creating. It's like you guys value productivity too much. You're trying to be overly productive. You're trying to produce too much. I don't care if you have a job or if you're somebody who's like an entrepreneur, but you're trying to produce too much all the time. I'm actually just realizing that for the money energy, I'm pretty sure I said to Pisces in the written horoscope, like, you need to focus on your best seller. You need to focus on your highest, your most beloved, like, if you're somebody who's an entrepreneur, you need to focus on your best selling service or product. If you're somebody who has a job, you need to focus on your best, your easiest task, the task you do best at work. So, and this is an example, but I'm just trying to go from entrepreneur to, like, something on the lower end of the ladder. Work at Walmart. If you work at Walmart and you kill the t-shirt wall. You know that you do a dope job at restocking and keeping the shelves clean. Focus on that for at least the next few weeks. Like, stop going into work at Walmart and trying to like keep the stocks, the shelves on point, and trying to micromanage other employees when you're not even the manager. Trying to go into other departments and help them when you know your department's a mess. Like, it's just like you're being overly productive, and maybe you're not. Maybe your other department, maybe your department's not a mess, and you're just going into this other department. My ears are ringing. And you're just going over there to just like you have extra time on your hands. Not even extra, but you're trying to be so productive. You're in your 8-hour shift. You're always moving. I'm hearing, like, even if you're somebody who has shifts, 8-hour, 12-hour shifts, it's like you're skipping breaks and skipping lunches because you're working through them. And it's like, why? Like, if you're working for a 9-to-5 job and you're skipping breaks or lunches, I'm telling you, first off, that's illegal. Like, they shouldn't be letting you do that. Secondly, I'm telling you, like, why the fuck would you do that for somebody, for a corporation or an industry that doesn't give a fuck about you? And I say that with the utmost respect, but it's like, stop. Like, you know, they don't give a fuck that you're skipping breaks. Like, somebody might act like they do, but overall, they don't give a fuck. If you're an entrepreneur, it's like you're creating something and then you're going right to the next thing, trying to create something else. Like, it's too much. You need to like sit in the energy of being complete with something. With this completion of phases, it's like you're not even taking time to really complete something. When you complete something, it's not just a completion by clicking a button or finishing that last paint stroke or hitting the submit button at work or finishing stocking the wall at work. It's about taking a step back and saying, damn, I did that. You're not giving yourself recognition. You're not telling yourself how proud you are of how hard you're working. You're just working super fucking hard and expecting the rest of the world to like give you your flowers, when it's like, no, like, give yourself your fucking flowers. Like, you only finish something so beautiful or so special or so important once. You can't finish it again. So if you finish something and jump on to the next project, that's literally like jumping in and out of relationships, which Pisces are known for, by the way. Pisces and Libra are known to be serial relationships, serial monogamists. So it's like, that's the energy that's coming through, is like, you're not even taking time to reflect on the projects you're finishing. You're not taking time to, like, even in your relationship, this conflict coming through for the singles and couples, it's like you're not taking time to reflect on how you could be wrong or how the situation could be made better. Some of the best advice I've ever read is, it's not you against your partner. It's supposed to be you and your partner against the world, against the problem. So instead of trying to find ways to be defensive or tell yourself that you're right or continue in this aggressive disposition towards your partner or towards a lover or even towards yourself, and you know what I'm saying? It's like you should really find a common ground. You need a common ground in all levels of your life, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and financially. You need a common ground, someplace where you can rest and put down the guard and talk freely and openly without judgment, or hostility or anger. So yeah, the card coming through for this 222 energy for you, Pisces, is find balance. You need to find balance between your work, rest, and playtime, and you will have more energy, harmony, and productivity in your life. Take a power nap. Yeah, I'm with that. For you guys, I'm telling you right now, this 222 energy is more about relaxation and it's not about manifestation. You've already planted a lot of seeds. You need to like really take a step back and like look at the seeds you've grown and be happy with the harvest you have and rest. Sleep. You've planted a field of daisies. Now it's time to sleep in it. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. That's y'all right now. All work and no play. You've probably heard this before. Does it apply to you or someone you know? I did say that before. Maybe none of this energy resonates with you. Maybe this energy is somebody in your life. Are you working too hard and not allowing enough time for rest and play? Are you feeling bored, or are you in danger of becoming boring? Be truthful with yourself when answering. Even though fairies are known to be super hard workers, they also know how to rest and play. The fairies are flying in now to remind you to take a break and give your body and mind a well-deserved rest. The problem with work is that once you've completed one task, there's always another waiting. What did I say? A bit like housework. But even though it may feel as though you need to rush to get everything done, taking some time out can actually give you more energy to complete the task at hand. Fairies love to snooze, and they're telling you that 40 winks in the afternoon, also known as a power nap, could be beneficial for you. The strong message here is to get some rest. This card could be also saying that you're playing too much. Perhaps you're procrastinating when you ought to be working. You need to be really honest with yourself about this, as only you will know if you have the right balance of work, rest, and play in your life. So that's what I'm going to say for the other Pisces who aren't entrepreneurs, who don't run a business or don't work or something. That's the opposite spectrum of it. Over here in my channel and my stuff, we're all about manifesting abundance and, like, you know, doing shadow work and things of that nature. So to be honest, that's why I tap so much into being somebody who's overworking. But you could be overplaying as well. Pisces is known to be quite delusional. Pisces is known to be quite fantastical. Especially with that anger and hostility coming through, the energy coming through for Pisces who are being overly playful. It's kind of like you're being met with aggression. Maybe that's the issue. When I'm saying that maybe it's not you, that wasn't your energy, that's your partner's energy. It could be that your partner is a hard worker and they're putting pressure on you to do more, be more, work more. And you're not taking accountability for the fact that you're being lazy. But I'm not going to touch too much on that energy because, like I said, in my channel, we kind of deal with more manifestors, entrepreneurs, things of that nature. So, all right, we're going to move into Aquarius, the last sign. I just spelled that wrong. Aquarius. All right, so Aquarius. Yeah, we did Aries, Taurus, Gemini. Gemini I did first, so there's not a timestamp for Gemini. Sorry about that. I'm going to put it in later or whatever. But yeah, we did Gemini first. We went a little bit out of order. I let people say what signs they were so I can kind of pull on people who are here in that moment. But now we're on Aquarius, which is the last sign. I've been up here for 2 hours and 56 minutes. All right, single Aquariuses, definitely need some water now. Single Aquariuses are definitely in separation from somebody. A communication gap. Single Aquariuses, this is like what you guys are going through. A communication gap, being in separation from somebody, opposite viewpoints, personal differences, estrangement. I'm sensing for some Aquariuses, even though this is single energy, it's just because I know this is supposed to be about love, but love is familial and platonic as well. So, like, to be honest, Aquarius, I'm sensing that some of you are in estrangement from, like, a loved one. You're estranged from, like, a mom or a dad or something, especially like a passed away loved one. I feel like you're missing a passed away loved one, Aquarius. But back to the romantic love. There's disharmony in your love life because basically, like, there was a disagreement and you're refusing to budge. I'm not going to say that. I think the other person is refusing to budge as well, or there's just, like, an opposite. Like, the issue is that the other person would be willing to agree to disagree, but you're not even willing to do that, Aquarius. You're just in a place where it's like you feel like you're right. Or maybe you just don't even feel like you're right. You just don't want to deal with this. You don't want to deal with whatever it is they brought to the table. Whatever the issue is, whatever the opposite viewpoint is, you've told yourself that this is not something you just do not want to continue trying to rectify it. Rectifying this issue for you has caused you pain, and you do not want to keep digging deeper into it. Like, you feel like it's like picking at a scab. That's how you feel about this person or this energy, the single Aquariuses. You just feel like dealing with this is like picking at a scab. So, yeah. For the couples, it's coming through with prudence, peak performance, a crescendo, a job well done, final attainment, victory. So I'm sensing that some of you are in a new relationship, or some of you have just taken, if you're in a long-term relationship, things are going to the next level, having a getting a job, a new job or something, finally reaching an agreement about some type of like housework, buying a new house, getting a new car together, agreeing on a school for the children or something. Prudence is coming through very strong here. There's a lot of 6 energy coming through here, so it's kind of like I'm sensing that it's like temperance, tempering your attitude, tempering the way you speak to the person. So maybe the completion is like a completion of argument phase. Maybe you and your couple were going, maybe during the Mercury retrograde, there was a lot of communication errors. Aquarius was super like communicative during the Mercury retrograde, whereas other signs were having a really hard time communicating. So it could be that you were kind of communicating or trying to communicate during that time, but the other person wasn't very receptive, and now you're sensing that your partner is more receptive to communicating, making plans for the future. It's a victory and a crescendo, so I'm really sensing like talking about having a child, either a first child, a second child, making plans for that. I'm hearing like fertility and ovulation, especially because this is just like, it's literally about victory. You see they're going through the victory line. So like, yeah, I'm hearing new babies, new house, new car. This is the second to last card in the full deck. So it's all about ending, completing cycles. It could be a vacation you guys are planning or finally deciding to plan. Maybe a couple's vacation without the kid and without the rest of the family, or maybe a family vacation that is that just seemed impossible to like get together. Maybe money's coming in to put towards that family vacation. I don't know why I felt called to do this, but I'm gonna pull these. Yeah, 2 energy here, and then 3. Yeah, so being more mature. That's what I'm hearing in general. You or your partner are being more mature. And for the singles, I'm hearing with that 2 and 3 coming through, where it's kind of like, there's a lack of maturity for you Aquarius, single Aquariuses. It's like you're being a little stubborn and you're being a little bit unmoving in your position, whereas couples, people who are in relationships, the Aquariuses who are in relationships, they've learned that they have to make sacrifices and compromises. Single Aquariuses are still learning what a sacrifice or a compromise is, which is fine. Everybody has their own boundaries. Everybody has their standards. Everybody has their deal breakers. But what I'm sensing for the single Aquariuses is that you're learning the hard way about what your boundaries, your standards, and your deal breakers are. And in the process, you've had to lose somebody or be estranged from somebody as a result. Versus the couples who are a little bit more strong-minded, a little bit strong, they have more relationship experience. So it's kind of like they know what they're willing to sacrifice, they know what they're willing to compromise, and they know what their deal breakers are. And yeah, there's just been sacrifices and compromises made. That's what I'm sensing a lot for the Aquarius. All right, money is strength of character, authority, dignity, influence, self-confidence, leadership. You're somebody who's a leader in your scenario, a leader in your workplace, a leader in your industry. So what I'm sensing is that it's going to be very, like your money coming through with this 222 portal is pretty much like relies on your confidence. Yeah, that's definitely your card. It relies on your confidence. You're somebody who's super powerful and has the ability to manifest so much for yourself. So if you even waver in this confidence at any time, you're going to suffer from it. Your finances will suffer from it. You have great power, strength of character is coming through. Aquarius is very known to be very objective with their emotions and objective with their finances. So I'm sensing that for you guys, it's like this is a period where it's like if you ask the universe for more, they're going to provide it to you because the universe knows you know what to do with your money. So let's look here. So purity came through for your 222 energy. Always trust in the purity of your heart. Look inside your heart and within it, and you will always find the answer to your question. So Aquarius, unicorns are creatures of purity, and with this card, a unicorn joins the fairies to tell you that now is the time to tune into your heart. Whatever your question or situation, look into your own pure heart for the answer. Even if you doubt your ability deep within, beyond ego and mind, a pure heart will reveal its deepest truth and wisdom. I feel like this has to do with work for some and relationships for the other. When you can fully trust the purity of your own heart's wisdom, you'll find that any challenges in your life can be approached with a gentle kindness and compassion for yourself as well as for others. Perhaps you found yourself in a situation where the purity of your heart is needed to shed light on challenging circumstances. Sometimes those close to us need our assistance. Your pure heart can help to show the way for them too. This card may also be saying that you're becoming too tied up in your thoughts, but you can transfer the purity of your heart to your mind. The mind will always present a million questions, whereas the heart will always offer a single response, that love is the answer to everything. Know that you can be a flawed human with a pure heart. You don't need to be a saint to do this. So yeah, I'm hearing for you guys very, very strongly that I'm hearing very, very strongly that you guys need to look into your heart for the singles. It's about looking into your heart and really realizing like I said, this is about boundaries, maturity, maturing. There's a lot of questions you have about your partner or your lover who may have hurt you. But it's pretty much like now. I'm sorry. I'm just realizing, guys. Let me just get a clarifier on this. Sorry, guys. I've been here for 3 hours now, so yeah. Stop being so defensive. Stop thinking you're the only one who's right and that you're the only one who matters. That's what I'm hearing the most for you guys, Aquarius. I'm going to go ahead and close it off here. I'm absolutely done spiritually, mentally. I'm feeling a little drained from all this. I'm not going to lie. I was up here for 3 hours. I did not want to do that. The Virgo in me is super upset. I need to go wash my hair. So I'm signing off. I hope this reached you in good health and high spirit, guy. I hope this reached you in good health and high spirits. I'm signing off.